I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. Together we overcome. Together we can be stopped. Bonitile koro oladara. We will reach those goals we set together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea, okay. We lose together. Together we win. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. Together we can be strong. We rise, we fall together.
Got him. We fucking got him. Got him. We fucking got him.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Big up to Troops for the redirect. Big up to everybody still watching from the Back Again pod. Yeah, plenty to get into. Lots of transfer news. There he is. There he is. Slot at, Maresca at, everybody at. Big up, my guy. Big up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. lots of transfer news to get into. Lots of transfer news to get into. We got news on Sesko, Broja. We've got news on both Enzos. Both Enzos. Shout Enzo 2.0 every single time. What else? We got Trevor Chalobah. We got news on him. Marmadashvili news. Lukaku. Amari Hutchinson. Plenty of topics today. Even a little bit on Gilchrist. Got a little bit on Academy Player of the Year, Alfie Gilchrist. So yeah, plenty to get into today. Everybody strap up. Everybody strap up and enjoy the show. Shout out to the guys locked in. Big up to RMC. Big up to Prize. Big up to Hussam. Said we got bold managers. Judgment Day is coming. Yeah, bro, it's mad. It's the bold era. It's a bold era. And said that's our standards now. Managers from the Championship. Again, like a Championship manager hasn't got fourth in the Premier League before. It's never happened. We've never seen it happen once. It's crazy. It's crazy. Big up to Ibs. Big up to Warrior. Yeah, there's Gilchrist news. Just loan news. That's about it. Nothing too deep. But there are clubs in for him. Preston, Blackburn Rovers, Leeds, all have interest in Gilchrist on loan. There you go. There you go. Watch along. Yes, most likely there's a watch along tomorrow. Just I need to check my hangover and I need to check what my plans are because I got a 2-day bender coming up. So as long as I'm in a fit state, there will be a watch along. So keep a lookout for that. If there's no watch along, I'm dying. I'm literally dying. So yeah, expect a watch along. Expect a watch along. Shout out to Rids. Yeah, Lampard got fourth of a transfer ban. But these are our standards now. It's a Championship manager. Oh, we're not ever going to do anything with a Championship. Shut up, man. We would have had an FA Cup with a Championship manager if it weren't for Anthony Taylor tax. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. Big up to Warrior. Big up to Manny. Big up to Jafar. Big up to Dinishan. I said, if you need some what? Aye, proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. I should be good, though. Who's that fucker drilling outside my yard? One sec. This is pissing me off. Motherfucker. Motherfucker woke me up early with that shit drilling and he still ain't stopped. Fucking prick. Right. Big up to Dinishan. Big up to Cuenca. Big up to everybody that's in here. Big up, my guys. Yeah, I hate fucking drillers outside my yard. It pisses me off. Especially during the summer. Because I remember during my holidays, I always used to get woken up by that shit. Fucking annoying. Big up to Ibs. Big up to everybody. Shout out everybody. Man says it's probably Poch doing it. Maybe. One last revenge. But yeah, okay. So we spoke about... Yeah, in the morning. In the fucking morning. Like, you can't do it at, like, some sociable hours, like, at least in the afternoon. I know he's doing it now, but I mean, you could have started now. I would have been less annoyed. Now I'm a bit aggy because I didn't get enough sleep. Great. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. I said, don't ride the white horse. That is crazy. That is crazy. So, don't do a Tuchel. All right, Tuchel's proper Chelsea, man. Like I always say, what do you think the C in Chelsea stands for? If you don't know, stand outside any of the toilets on a match day and you'll find out. You will find out. Hella everywhere. If you know, you know. But, yeah, so I guess we'll start with the whole striker situation. And according to Fabrizio, Chelsea and Napoli aren't working on any swap deal between Osimhen and Lukaku. Now, I wanted to try and believe it was a little play on words because he was talking swap deal and not player plus cash. But then he also added Chelsea will sign a new striker this summer as part of next season plans, but no negotiations or talks taking place for Osimhen with or without Lukaku in the deal. Chelsea not planning to go for Osimhen as of now. Lukaku and Broja expected to leave. Then I also saw Max add to this on his burner account. Let me just bring this up quickly. I never muted Fabrizio. What the fuck? said this. The current conditions of Osimhen's deal is too expensive for Chelsea. Includes agent fees, salary, potential other fees, and the actual release clause on top. Chelsea wants to strengthen in 4 to 5 positions and needs good money available. Let's see if this changes. Now, obviously, this is all due to change as well. But from the looks of it, as of right now, we don't have enough to go for Osimhen, even with the potential of putting Lukaku in the deal. Guessing the agent fee must be a madness. He might have a sign-on fee too. I don't know what he's asking for in terms of wages. I swear he was only on 120k a week. Let me just check his wages quickly. Osimhen is on 113k a week. I just confirmed that from a second source. Nah, that's the only one we got. All right, calm. So it's at 113k a week, or around 100k a week. It's a bit disheartening. I'm gonna be so real. Especially with the fact that Osimhen wanted the move too. But if he wanted the move, then should be willing to try at least help financially, I guess. I also heard from the guy who sends me the lineups all the time that Sesko is actually our #1 target after all. So everything that I was saying about Sesko can't be the #1 target. He must be a name on a list. It's probably Osimhen that we're looking for first. No. Turns out it is Sesko. Apparently Tony isn't even on the list. Apparently Tony isn't even on our list. I don't think it's necessarily due to age. Let me just double check. But I remember when he told me when we did go in for Tony, he wanted Arsenal. And we haven't really gone in for him since. Just need to double check. Where was it? Yeah, we contacted his reps once, but he wanted Arsenal at the time, and we haven't gone to him since. Oh no, wages and age played a part. Wages and age. So he must have been asking for something stupid too. What is Tony on anyway? Brother's on 20k a week. What the fuck would he have been asking for? Although then again, I'm seeing a couple sources here saying that he was asking for 250k a week from Man United. So I'd assume then, if that's true, he'd want something similar from us. And if that's the case, yeah. Bye-bye. I actually kind of understand that. 250k a week. Get in the bin, bruv. You're on 20k. You will take your 150k a week with incentives and be grateful. Be grateful that one big club's actually turning up for you. Right now, nobody wants your ass. Nobody wants you at all, bruv. And you want to try and run that shit with us. That is insane. That is insane. Man said, right? No, get rid of this one. That ain't the one. I said, this is Ivan Toney, bruv. I said, this is Ivan Toney. It's crazy. I didn't expect this to be you, bruv, but you've turned yourself into this with your stupid wage demands, if that's correct. So, hey, you're going to have to hold. You're going to have to hold. But you've made it difficult for us as well, because now it seems to just be a Chelsea and Arsenal shootout for Benjamin Sesko. Because from the looks of it, he's the #1 guy on our list. And also seems to be the most realistic option from the sounds of it. Because you got to look at it from a financial perspective. I was told we've been tracking Sesko for 3 years. And is Gyökeres on the list? I don't think Gyökeres is on the list. Actually, no, I haven't got confirmation on that. I haven't got any confirmation on that. I just know Sesko is our #1 pick. Yeah, Sesko #1 pick. Not Tony not on the list. Osimhen is on the list, but we can't really afford him from the sounds of it. And I guess if none of that works, maybe we reignite our interest in Gyökeres. And if not, then God knows. I don't know what we do after that. I ain't got a clue what we do after that. It's a bit bleak because, like, I know we've had the Sesko discussions before, and I've said, like, I get he's going to be a good striker in the future, but as of right now, I don't know if he's ready for us or not. I get he's got good ball striking and everything, but his decision making isn't great, and he hasn't proven himself at a top 5 league for more than, what, 6 months? 6 months? It's not really enough to go off. Now, if we do end up going in for him, I guess long term it would work. Like, your decision making will only improve with age. He has got all the athletic traits that you'd want in a striker. He's tall, he's good aerially, he's rapid. I don't remember if he presses or not, but I think he does. I think he does. Be surprised if you play for Leipzig and you don't press. It's just the passing decision making isn't great. Like, he's got decent link up play, but it's nothing really special. Look, if he didn't come in and instantly demand the #1 striker position, I wouldn't be too against it. Because then you'll at least give him an opportunity to show your worth. And if you're good enough to be our starting #9, you will take that #9 spot with time. And also because the price tag would be on your side in that case. But I don't want him to come in and be like, I'm a £55 million signing, I'm going to start. I don't want the board to come in like, he's 55 million, he's starting over Jackson. Because Jackson's actually developed well throughout this season. I could argue Jackson's more well-rounded than Sesko is right now. So, like, I'd only want him to be competing for that position. Eventually take over, like you probably should be, if we're spending that much money on you and you're going to be on the 7-year contract. But yeah, it's just, I had my heart set on Tony and Osimhen. I'd be so real. I had my heart set on the pair of them, but we're clearly not in for Tony. Nobody wants Tony right now. And Osimhen's too expensive, so we can't go in for him yet. Maybe if we sell enough players, we'll be able to. Because it's not completely done yet, but we are going to want our transfer activity to be finished soon. So we'll see. But apparently Sesko already favours a move to Arsenal. I think someone put a link in the chat earlier saying that Osimhen wanted Arsenal himself. I don't remember who said that. And I can't really be asked to scroll up. So let me just check Twitter quick. Osimhen, Arsenal. Who reported it? Napoli and Chelsea negotiations did not take off for Osimhen. However, Arteta's Arsenal are interested in the Nigerian striker. Well, that's the difference because Sesko would probably be a #2 to Havertz. Osimhen would not. Osimhen is interested in Arsenal. That's from Damasio as well. Let me just get the whole Damasio article up. Let me just get the whole article up. Make this thing a lot easier. In addition to Conte, for whom the lawyers are working to sort out the details. Oh, I hate translate. Napoli are thinking about the transfer market in the squad. In fact, the negotiations between the Azzurri and Chelsea for the Lukaku-Osimhen exchange did not take off. We will therefore need to understand where Osimhen can go with the same Nigerian who could be of interest to Arteta's Arsenal. Did not renew his contract many months ago after a season that was complicated for all the Italians. Oh, I hate translate. Is there anything else? No, that's it. Huh? He doesn't even say that he wants Arsenal. He just says that he could be of interest. Man. Oh, what a nothing piece, bruv. What a pointless article that was. Okay, so you just doubled down on what Fabrizio said and added a whole load of nothing. And then everyone's saying, oh, but he wants Arsenal. He wants Arsenal. Fuck out of here, man. Fucking annoying. What a waste of time. Right, so with Osimhen, God knows where he's going, but I assume he leaves this summer. Maybe if we sell more players, we'll be able to get Osimhen over the door. If not, Fraser, you're correct. He could go to PSG, but he prefers the Premier League. That's been reported numerous times. So I could see him wait it out. When does his contract expire? When does Osimhen's contract expire? 2026. So he's got another 2 years. Doesn't necessarily have to leave yet. Okay. Oh, that Lukaku Osimhen deal could have been so much more straightforward to do. Now this has just made everything fucking difficult again. Now you got to figure out what you're doing with Lukaku. Now I've seen he's been linked with Fenerbahce, with Mourinho joining earlier today. I think Fabrizio reported it in the morning. Where is the source on that? Fenerbahce presidential candidate Aziz something. I can't pronounce your surname. Let me name the players now. Let them buy them too. Mourinho wants Lukaku. There's also Dybala and Talisca. Also Sorloth. Let them handle 2 of them. We will see to the others when they arrive. So potentially Fenerbahce in for Lukaku, but I mean, do I believe Fenerbahce can afford Lukaku? Not really. Not really. Like, if anything, that might just be a panic loan deal or something. Oh shit, we can't find a club for Lukaku. Let's just send him to Turkey. Although knowing Lukaku, he'll be like, no, I don't want to go to Turkey. I want to go to Germany. I want to go to Germany. Oh, I want to wait for Madrid or Bayern or some bullshit. So yeah, Fenerbahce's potentially in the list if they can fucking afford him. Even forget the price tag. What's their wage structure saying? I want to see something. What's their wage structure saying? Who's their highest paid player on wages? 134k a week in euros to Dusan Tadic, Fred, and Edin Dzeko, with Batshuayi on 96. Yeah, they ain't getting Lukaku. They are not getting Lukaku. I wouldn't even loan them Lukaku. We're going to have to pay like over half of his wages again. Fuck that. Fuck that. Now, Fraser, like, honestly, what it was we gave way too much belief into a dickhead. He snaked us out, and we're fucked. Oh, yeah, shit, I forgot the super chats. My bad. Big up to Dinishan saying we have got Pep Guardiola's son, Enzo Maresca. Yeah, shout out, Enzo. Shout out, Enzo. Come on. And big up to Harry again. Apologies for the lateness. Let me switch this camera back on. What's your opinion on links to Benjamin Sukadik? Fucking hell. What a slander name. I'll save that for if he goes to Arsenal. But yeah, like, he will get better. Big up to Steve as well. He will get better. Will he be good enough for us right now? Don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I don't even think he should be starting over Jackson right now. If he was to join for us. If he was to improve, show his worth, cool. Like, I'm not necessarily against the move. I had other preferences. My preferences would have been Osimhen. It would have been Tony. It would have even been Gyökeres, to be honest. Like, they've both done it in top leagues for longer. Sesko hasn't. So... But it looks like it's going to be us or Arsenal that get Sesko. It isn't going to be anybody else. And whoever doesn't get him, probably a bit fucked. I said get Dobvik. Why would he want to leave Girona? I mean, I wouldn't be against it either. What's his contract saying? When does his contract expire? 27, 3 years left. Yeah, good luck. Not happening. Yeah, Maldini. We all know long term it will work. That's why I'm not screaming against it. Like, where I was a lot more negative about bringing in Sesko a few days ago, it was when I still believed that Osimhen was our #1 target. And it was a case of preference. Now it seems like it's more likely to be Sesko. Like, I can accept long term it works for us. Just right now, not really what we need. Not really what we need. But as long as he doesn't outright get starts over Jackson just based on price tag, whatever. I guess it's a different sort of profile. He'll offer me something aerially. He'll offer me good finishing. He's just not going to offer me good decision making. And he probably isn't going to be that consistent right now. But it's another one for the future. Fine. Fine. I said I'd rather Jonathan David over Sesko. I remember he had a good season 2 seasons ago. I don't know what he did last season. What was his stats saying? Because I don't really know too much about the player. 19 goals, 4 assists. 3 goals in the French Cup. 3 goals in the UCL. He's not done too bad. He's not done too bad at all. Fairs. 26 goals this season. I gotta have a closer look at him. Yeah, really gotta have a closer look. Yeah, I get Jackson's improved a lot aerially, but like Sesko's still going to be better at that aspect. Because he's already good aerially, and he's also got the jumping, and he's also got the height over him. So he's just going to be better aerially in general, even if Jackson's improved. But yeah, that's all in terms of the striker situation. Oh, he's got the Steve seal of approval as well. Yeah, you know what? That's enough for me. Wheel through David. Wheel through David. But yeah, that's all from the striker situation. Shout out everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button and subscribe. We've got over 700 you lot in here. We've only got 111 likes. That's nice from the aesthetics, but it's not nice for the algorithm. So rise it up. Gaming for life. No. 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 If I see Tammy Abraham back, I'm going to flip my shit. I'll be so serious with you. With the likes of Sesko and everything, I can look at positives. If I see Tammy Abraham back, nah, don't even get me started. Isak I'd bring. But like if what's his name? Osimhen's too much for us. Isak's going to be too much for us. Yeah, apparently he said yes to Arsenal. So we might not even get him. I kind of hope he has, because that might force us into Osimhen a little bit more. Pause. Prime Go AM coming back with his Tammy slander every stream. You know what? That would be the only positive. The only positive. Right, let's get into the Enzo news. Let's get into the Enzo news. Because this is something that I'm hoping doesn't go any further than the stuff that we're already hearing. So Chelsea do not want Enzo Fernandez to go to the Olympic Games because they want to count on him from the beginning of pre-season with the change of coach. It's difficult. There will be one more talk on the weekend, and it will be confirmed whether he can go or not. Now, I understand Chelsea's stance. To a point, I get Enzo's stance as well. The guy's patriotic. He wants to represent his country as much as possible, but I'm selfish. Like, you didn't have a great season last season, which was majorly due to injuries and just an awful system. Awful system. But you are going to be pivotal to Enzo Maresca's system now. And we need to hit the ground running. Not just for confidence sake, not just for the sake of the table, but also for the manager too, because the pressure will be on him immediately if he doesn't get results in his first few games. So we're going to need all of our key players. You are one of our key players. So, no. You are already representing your country at Copa America. I wish you all the best there. I hope you absolutely smash it. But no. No, like, we need you. We need you. We're the ones paying you your wages every week. We don't want you to go because it's going to block your start of the season. Yeah, you'll be match sharp, but you won't be fully embedded into the manager's tactics because you won't have had a pre-season with him. So, no. No, like, I hope Enzo doesn't make this difficult because he will go down in my estimation if he does that. Part of me doesn't think he will either. Like, he's shown a lot of loyalty to Chelsea in the last year and a half. Just with the way that he speaks about the club, the way he instantly silenced those rumours about him wanting to leave Chelsea with that Aston Villa celebration and everything like that. So I hope he doesn't make this difficult. I really hope he doesn't. But I doubt it. I doubt it. I said, look at the dates and everything. I can't get the specific dates up, but from what I read, he would miss the first game of the season, I think. Or maybe the first 2 games of the season. We don't even know how difficult those first 2 games could be. But regardless, like, nah, come back. Come back. Like, the Olympics is an under-23 tournament anyway. Like, leave it. Just do Copa America and just be happy. Like, there's enough of a struggle when you come back from international duty anyway, because of the whole time zones and the jet lag and everything. Can't be bothered with that. Long. Let me know what you guys in the chat are saying, though. Do you think he should go? Do you think he should stay? Do you think it should be dependent on the club? Do you think it should be dependent on him? Whatever. I said, choose Chelsea over Argentina. That's not fair. Life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. We need you at the start of the season. Like, tough, personally. Big up to Sean Newland saying, big up. Needs a striker ever since Costa. If we fail and end up with another unproven bum like Sesko, then we failed yet again. Get Osimhen, for fuck's sakes. I wouldn't say we failed. Because, like, the failure will all be dependent on the player. We got to keep that one real. He fails if he fails on the pitch. It's just there's a lot more risk with Sesko than there is with Osimhen, in my opinion. And I think that's what we can all agree on. Like, Sesko could come in and still bang from the start. We don't know. But the problem is that we just don't really know too tough on that one. Osimhen, like, I'm sure I know what I'm getting with him. He's proven it at top 5 leagues for over 3-4 seasons now. Sesko, not the same. Like 6 months, not 6 years. So, no. But yeah, what is everybody saying with this? Should go if he wants. Wants an international treble, stay. So I'm guessing a few of you are thinking of it from Enzo's perspective, which is fair. Like, I hear his side of it. It's just I hear Chelsea's side, and I'm Chelsea first. So with me being Chelsea first, nah, come back. Come back. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but come back. Maybe next Olympics you can represent them. But for now, no. No. We need you at the start of the season. It's a shame, but... well. You know me, like, I don't care too tough about international football anyway. Like I don't really care. Don't really care. I can't agree with that. He played through a hernia to play with us and back the team. If he's recovered, he should be allowed to go. And if he has a bad season next season, then that's on him. Now, I hear that, but if he has a bad season, that's also impacting us. Like, why put it down to the players when you should be managing the players? It's the job for the club and the manager to manage the players in the best way that they see fit. And if they see the best way to bring him back and to have him here throughout the season, then that's it. Like, if we let him go and he has a bad season as a result of it, like, yeah, it's on him, but we also let him go. So it's also on us. So, nah. Like, I don't agree, bro. When's the Olympics? Let me just get the days up. Olympic 2020. So 26th of July to the 11th of August. So what? Would he be able to make the start of the season then? Because I did see sources saying that he would miss the first game or 2 of the season if he was to go to the Olympics. Let me just double check. Who was the guy who said that? Was it the same Gaston Edul account? It means that Enzo Fernandez might miss the start of the season or return to London in time without sufficient rest if Argentina progress to the decisive stages of the competition. So it's all speculative, to be honest. It's all speculative. If it doesn't impact the Premier League season, okay, then I don't care too tough. But like, if it does, nah, I need you back. I need you back. Well, to be fair, like Lavia should still be back as well, so maybe that works. Maybe that works. Whatever happens, just be in agreement. Just be in agreement. That's all I could really say. And plus, I still would want him to stay anyway because like, I'm selfish. I don't care. I'm selfish. I want him here at Chelsea. But we'll see. Let's just hope this don't get ugly. Let's just hope this don't get ugly. Missing first game. Who cares? Depending on the first game. Depending on the first game. Just went 5 games without Enzo and 1. I'm sure he could miss one. I hear it, but I'm just thinking with the system that Enzo Maresca plays, I feel like Enzo Fernandez is going to be so important for that in the Harry Winks role. That's why I'd rather just have him back. Again, I'm selfish. I'm looking at this from a club perspective. I ain't thinking country because like, I'm a Chelsea fan. I ain't no Argentina fan. But I hear it. I get why he wants to go too. Just again, I'm a selfish guy. I want him here. I want him ready for the start of the season because we want to cook from the start, from the off. So, like, I get it. I get why he'd want to do it. I'm not ignoring his side of it. Just my side. No, come back, mate. Come back, mate. Come back. So what else is there? So Enzo Maresca has signed the new contract. We're waiting for the club statement. That should be sometime today, tomorrow, God knows. But he's here. It's done now. It's finished. Welcome, Enzo. Welcome, Enzo. Armando Broja. Monaco are tracking him, hoping to sign him for less than the January asking price of 50 million, and they shouldn't have too much to worry about that. The Albanian international is ready for the next step, and the Blues are ready to sell. Negotiations are underway for an affordable price with bonuses and a sell-on percentage. Thank you for the pure profit, and goodbye. Thank you, bye-bye. Simple as that. Goodbye. Big up for the goal against Wolves. That goal against Preston and Fulham. Peace. Peace. But that one's very straightforward as well. What else is there? Ipswich are actually looking at a permanent transfer for Amari Hutchinson. 20 million is what's being reported. But I still would rather loan him. Because I think with one loan move, you could get more than 20 million for him. Maybe like do a loan move with first refusal or something like that. I'd much prefer that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to sell him just yet. And if you do, try and get a bidding war sorted. Stuttgart are interested apparently. I'd assume Ajax and Feyenoord are interested as well, seeing as they had interest a week ago. The source also says they might have to wait until Maresca's assessed what he has, which will also include Amari because he's got a chance to see him twice in the championship. And he's competed against him for the championship trophy. But for me, loan. Loan. Or if you sell, like Blackett is saying, add a buyback. Add a buyback. Like, that would be really smart. Add a buyback, add first refusal. Or maybe you could loan him with first refusal on a transfer. That could potentially work. But for me, I still think you get more money for Amari if you hold on to him for another year. So I'd rather not cash in on him just yet, unless we're really desperate to raise funds. And I don't think we are, unless Osimhen's potentially up for grabs. And if it is Osimhen up for grabs, fine. Fine. Like, goodbye. Thank you. Like, I appreciate you joining from stale end. You've got us a lot of pure profit. Up the Chelsea. But I wouldn't get rid of him just yet. I'd keep him for one more year. If that guy balls out in the Premier League, his price has doubled. If not even gone above that. So I'd rather not sell him just yet. On a real note, Osimhen would flop in the Prem. I don't think he would. There's a chance United get kicked out of Europa. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. When I get a Fabrizio or Ornstein dagger on that, then we'll talk. As far as I'm concerned, we're in the Conference League until then. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not getting fooled by any of that. So we'll see, but don't believe that. Don't believe that at all. Yeah, Gilchrist, there's championship clubs looking for him on loan. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you next year, mate. See you next year. Generally don't have much else to say about that. That brother shouldn't see any game time with us next season. Except for maybe Conference League playoffs and all of that. Man said he heard the same about Chelsea in the Conference League. Now with Chelsea, we might pull out of it. With United, there's rumours they might get kicked out of Europa because of a conflict of interest. But it's not happening. It's not happening. And speaking of United not happening, there's been links with Trevor Chalobah to Man United. Not happening. Especially not for 25 million. If you're going to sell him to a rival, you're doubling that, first off. You're doubling that immediately. But I don't see Chalobah going to United anyway. Actually, tell a lie. If there's serious interest, I could see it. Like, Chalobah has got mates there. He's got money mount. So he could, if we were that desperate to try and get rid of him, which we kind of are. Just don't see him leaving. Just don't see him leaving to join United. I could see him go abroad more, if anything, but the bigger thing is no other clubs have shown interest except Fulham, and he ain't going Fulham. He's going to a team in Europe. United Stand tweet. What's the United Stand saying? Shout out United Stand. Well, speaking of Chalobah, that Sam C account should be all over these rumours. That's a match made in heaven for him. Hell, maybe that might be another reason why he might go United. He's got friends. United Stands understands that contact has been made between United and Chalobah's agents, and the club is thought to be keen, although discussions are not advanced. Company, the new Bayern manager, is also showing interest in the player. Chalobah prefers to stay in England, but Chelsea are looking to offload him, and it's understood he's not valued by the Chelsea board. How stupid. Pochettino and Tuchel, who are both linked with the United job if Ten Hag is sacked, are both big fans of the player. Why do we see such little value in Trev? Why? That I don't understand. It's not even like he's got a year left on his contract. Like, what are we doing? Like, I even understand if you're trying to sell him for profit, but to have little value in him, that makes no sense. Like, he's a dependable, very good centre-back. I don't understand. But if Bayern are interested, I expect him to go there over Man United, personally. You got a better chance of winning trophies. You got a better chance of winning major trophies. And it's Bayern. Also a different league as well. It's a shame. I hope he don't go United, but I assume he leaves anyway. I assume he leaves regardless. So Ben Jacobs also said we're linked with Marmadashvili. Good goalkeeper. Good shot stopper. Not too sure about his ball playing abilities, but I know he's good aerially, and I know he's good in terms of his shot stopping. So I don't mind that. But yeah, that's just another goalkeeper in the list that we're looking for. So keep an eye out on that. Not great at ball playing, says CP. Great. Probably low in the list then. Fraser Fletcher tweet. Okay. What's Fraser Fletcher got for us? Chelsea gaining confidence they can beat United to the signing of Elise. Okay. What's he saying? Both shown strong interest and in constant contact with the Palace star. United want him to be the face of their rebuild. There's cause for confidence in Chelsea, and they believe they have just as much of a chance as landing his signature. Several factors that are in the Blues' favour. Firstly, his location being in London. Vast majority of players who play for London sides are able to live a lifestyle that suits the high-earning Premier League footballer. He has strong relations to some of the existing squad and has been spoken to by a number of players in the current crop, and family ties with his younger brother playing for Chelsea. So, what a think piece. What an opinion piece. Not much else. He's also said Swansea and Millwall are also interested in Gilchrist, adding to Preston, Blackburn and Leeds, but that was from Ben Jacobs. Okay, cool. Think piece. Nice. Nice. I hope he's correct. I hope he's correct. But there is nothing to go off with that one. Nothing to go off. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? So, Broya, Enzo's. We've spoken about both the Enzos. Lukaku, Osimhen, Sesko, Chalobah, Marmadashvili. Yep, cool. Right, link is going out. Link is going out. Big up to everybody just locked in. Hit that like button, subscribe, all of that shit. We will see what everybody's saying. We'll see what everybody's saying. Yeah, super chat if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, or if you just want to boost the channel a little bit. Hit the like button as well, because that helps the algorithm. And shout out to every single one of you. Big up, my guys. Let's see what everyone is saying. Because I feel like we're going to have another new Sesko conversation. Calm. I think that's everyone. Yes, guys. What are we saying?
You got Lewis.
So it looks like Sesko is number one. Sesko is number one. How are you feeling about that?
To be honest, a bit bummed out.
Go ahead.
Kind of wanted Osimhen, but obviously the way it's going to go and doesn't look like that's happening, does it?
Yeah, big up, Joey. I'll see you in a little bit, bro.
Like,
yeah, it looks like Osimhen's done out, and it just
I'm not trying to be Nostradamus here, but listen, for Fabrizio has been telling us for a minute, we have interest in this guy, and I think like as fans we try to brush it off, but and I know Scott is gonna hate this, but I always thought it was always gonna be Sesko.
You did?
That they'll go for that's the only guy Fabrizio talks about on a regular basis. He's not just saying that because he likes the guy.
Yeah, I feel like we tried to read between the lines a bit too much.
Yeah, I think we're just going off the way Osimhen was talking about Chelsea, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't remember when Mikel was telling you, he's going to come. I came on here, I said, listen, man, don't let these guys lie to you. He's just saying whatever he has to say to get his podcast up, and people are saying what because they know Chelsea fans are going to look at it. But the one guy who has been getting fed Chelsea information, maybe even from the board, has been talking about Sesko. Keep an eye on Sesko. I see it being, Chelsea. Chelsea taking interest in
Big
Sesko.
up,
They're not
Sam.
really going for Osimhen. He's been saying that for a long
Big
time.
up, big up.
Yeah, he has. To be fair, so
Yeah,
and he wants to go Arsenal, but
really
that's
just
the
tried
thing.
to ignore it.
You
for the
try
sake
to
of
ignore it, say, nah, there's
Yeah.
no way, it's not going, but you gotta accept it. Like that's who they want.
We've got
That's the thing, he wants
Fabrizio,
Arsenal,
Demartio,
don't he?
even the guy who gives me the lineups have been saying no Osimhen, no Osimhen,
No
it's
Osimhen,
Sesko,
yep.
no Tony either. That's not even on the list.
I get me the man in my header. Get me Skamaka right now. 50 M's. I'm putting it at Atlanta right now. 50 M's.
He's had a good season at Atalanta, to be fair.
And it's not like at West Ham, it was entirely his fault why he failed, because David Moyes has terrorist tactics and didn't suit him.
Makes sense. But like, there's not been enough rumours for us to even think that we're looking at him.
Yeah.
That guy's the same. Sesko's better than him. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What, there's
I'm not
Ceiling is
gonna
much higher with him.
Skamaka over Sesko. That's
Skamaka over Sesko.
No, I think Sesko's better. Also, first up, Daniel, I need to apologize to you because I did say 2 months ago that I would put for Osimhen, and you're correct.
Nah, you ain't gotta
No, I
apologize. I didn't know.
no, but I know, but I gotta hold my hand up. I'm not gonna be a fraud about this.
Yeah.
I was looking at Ahmed's.
Fair play to you.
So, Lewis, I was looking at Ahmed did a stream yesterday where we've been scouting him for 2 years. We started scouting him when this ownership came in for Sesko. We had links since 2022.
Big up, everyone. Big up. I remember coming on the stream for the first
We had
time.
links
I don't know,
since
maybe it was
Vivell
Chelsea
came here.
perspective.
That's what I'm saying. We've had links with Sesko since 2022. Like not even before Vivell. Since July. Since July.
No, but Vivell was being I always tie a lot. I always tie these things into one, right? Like there's conversations had behind the scenes of who's gonna come in and who they want. They've liked this Sesko guy for a long time, right? And this new ownership is part of the group that really likes him. Maybe not the ownership, but the board members, whoever they are.
Stanley or some of them, yeah.
Fabrizio has been telling us and you know, basically letting Chelsea fans know, I know they're talking about Osimhen, but it's gonna be him. They have interest. He's been pushing it. So like that's why I'm not shocked. I moved my interest off to like just fix the other areas for me. Hopefully Jackson or Sesko bang next year, but I've realized I'm not getting a world-class guy. But that's not fair on Enzo. I'll be honest. Like I don't know the guy. I don't know how good he is, but you want to give him another young striker to deal with? I don't know.
Daniel, the reason why initially since 2022 is because he had a very similar pathway to Haaland. In Salzburg, he had a similar goal to game ratio that Haaland did. He had a similar goal to game ratio that Haaland did when he was in Salzburg, right? So when the move happened in the summer, it was very similar too, because it's like, okay, he's going to Bundesliga side. He didn't get many starts in the beginning, to be honest, and that could be up to the manager, or because he's young. He just turned 21 like yesterday. So the thing is, like, it could be because he's young, and it could be because Werner was chosen over him. Because he started getting starts when the Werner transfer happened in Feb, and that's when he got like 12 goals. Because before then he had 2 goals, but he barely started. He's only played 1,500 minutes in the league. Right?
By the way, if we don't get Sesko, don't be surprised if our 2 strikers going into next season is Duran and Jackson. Like knowing these directors.
If we don't get Sesko,
just to touch on the super chat as well, because it leads into it. Big up Felix saying, why not Gyökeres? Fits the style, and who gives us competition if Sesko goes to Arsenal? Makes the most sense in my opinion. Like if we're following what Fabrizio said, because like now it's been proven correct. He ruled out Gyökeres in February. He said we're not interested in him, so not on the list either.
Yeah, we're not spending that kind of money.
Big up, bro.
And also Gyökeres says he's gonna go wherever Amrin's gonna go. So he's waiting for Amrin to leave with him.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit. Like, come on, if we offered him a big contract, he's not gonna wait for fucking Amrin.
Realistically, guys,
yes, but we would have to pay over 80 million because his release cost is over 80 million.
I know.
Target?
I just thought we were never going to
spend the money.
We're never going to spend that kind of money, especially because it's going to be up front, right? And even when people are thinking, well, we're going to sell Chalobah and Gallagher and all these guys, but then they're not going to give up all that money up front, like 130 million up front right now on the books. It's just I just never saw it happening with these guys.
Especially depending on Lukaku being bought out, right? It's like, does Napoli get him? Does he go to Saudi? That's 40 million pounds with 300k wages.
Does this
that you have
depend
to
on
get rid of.
Lukaku's departure?
They haven't said anything like that.
To be honest, I don't think
It doesn't depend on it, but I feel like it could, right? Like that's 300k in wages you need to get rid of before you bring in Osimhen. Before you bring in,
I believe we got to sort.
Because you already have Sterling earning 300k. You already have Sterling.
Striker.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
you
sure
already
if
have
it's
Sterling.
the wages. I'm pretty sure it's the having to pay 130 up front. I think that's probably the more thing that they don't want to do.
I don't want to load this guy out.
No, I agree with you, Daniel, but I think the wages add on to it, right? Because you have two players who aren't good enough, paying 300k each, right? Then Sterling and Lukaku.
Yeah.
So you got to get rid of one of them, at least one of them. Especially because Osimhen's gonna get at least 250k.
Nah, he's getting.
No, he's gonna want. I'm saying
he's getting 350. He's going to PSG, man. Let's let that go. But
yeah, it could be. But
yeah, just fix the other areas of my team. I already accepted it. I personally, I'm not going. I would go for the guy that I said no to last year because when I look at options, I'll probably
who's that?
The Juve guy. What the fuck is his name? Again?
Vlahovic,
yeah. I would have to. I would go for Vlahovic over this.
Daniel, he's too injury prone though. He's too injury prone.
He's very similar to Enzo.
Okay, maybe. All right,
but he's been injury free this season. He has been injury free this season, I will admit. But he's pretty injury prone like Enzo.
I'll take Savić too. But my list was Victor Osimhen, Benjamin Sesko, and whoever they'd want to do after that. I don't care.
I'll go for Xerxes. If you want similar price point and young, you could go for Xerxes. Or even in the same team, Openda's had 24 goals in the same Leipzig side, and he's 24.
We need to start going for German.
But then he's very similar to.
He's not German. He's Slovenian. He's not German.
Yeah, I mean Bundesliga.
He only had 1 year. Bundesliga. He was playing in Austria.
They don't train that well to the press.
We've all killed Jackson and everything else, but in my opinion, if I am going to give, like, I don't see the point in spending 70 million on Sesko. It's not going to be 70 over Jackson.
It is 60 though. It is 60. It is 60. It's
60, right? But the shit went up. It went up for. At first, it was like 40 or 35. Now it went.
It was 45.
It
was 45, but then because he did so well with scoring 14 goals, it went up to 60.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, are you going to pay double what you paid for Jackson for this guy to compete with Jack? I don't. It just feels nasty. It doesn't. I don't like it.
Look. I don't care if he comes in and sits on the bench or whatever. I know that he's going to prove the manager will see his worth. And then with time, start Jackson. Let Jackson start whatever. Let him be on the bench and let him be hungry enough to prove that he can be a striker. But I believe that this guy...
Because he's already done that. He already did this. He waited his time and was hungry enough.
If they want to show him a lesson and say, okay, you're not going to be the starter. Jackson had a good season. Let Jackson show, let him do it then. He'll sit down and be humble. When his time comes, I'm telling you, he will shine.
Because the thing is, guys,
that's just the timeline I want for him. Like, as long as you're not immediately demanding a #1 spot, fine. Like, what?
You don't need to. You don't need to shut up and just play your position. When man,
and if you prove it, no one's gonna complain.
No one will complain about that. Trust me, man. I don't have.
That's the thing. Like, now he's a #1 linker. I don't want to immediately write the brother off. I just weren't keen on him over other options. But if those options aren't there,
when you have a bagsman like Osimhen,
but
experience,
like at least he's helped them win a title. There's a bit more proven in it.
Nigerian Jizza, come on, you're gonna put that. That's my #1, but Sesko too, man. Like, that guy there, the school of Haaland.
There's so many better options than
he's not a school of. He's not a school of.
He's a school of Haaland. Daniel.
Listen, bro. He's not the physical. He's not the physical specimen Haaland is. Right, his finishing in the Bundesliga, it's cold. Don't get me wrong. He's black.
But Daniel, he is a physical specimen. He's 6'5". He's better than heading. He's better at heading. He's better at heading than all.
He has physical attributes. He doesn't play. He's not bullying guys, throwing them left and right. He can't do that. That's not. And his overall play is decent.
It's better than Haaland.
In that league, his overall play is better than Haaland.
Yes.
Nah, brother.
Yes,
nah.
it is. No, it is. It is. It actually is. He has a better.
Not the Haaland I saw in Dortmund. It's not.
I mean, for all round players.
No, Daniel. The reason I'm saying this is he's better. He's better statistically. Even statistically, when Haaland was in the Bundesliga, he's better at heading than Haaland. He has better just first touch than Haaland. Haaland has way better finishing and so on and so forth. No, I'm saying in the Bundesliga too. If you look at
better heading
Bundesliga,
is listen, better heading is fair because for some reason Haaland's heading is
he's not
inconsistent, right? But like I remember watching Haaland in the Bundesliga, receive the ball almost like a Lukaku, but with like 2 times the fucking pace and just a lot more twitch. Yes. And he's not losing it. Like he's just bumbling, just fucking a force of nature. Sesko's not a force of nature, bro.
No, I get that, but I'm saying overall in terms of first touch, in terms of dropping, he drops in more and links up play better. That's what I'm saying as overall.
Yeah. I just don't know.
And there's more to improve.
I'll be honest with you. His type of finishing, I'll be real. If you guys go watch Timo Werner before he came to Chelsea, all those finishing, he had the same finishing package. Left foot, right.
Werner also missed a lot of chances.
From 30 yards, 40 yards, he's blast. So, I don't...
I get that, but then we can't just because we got burned.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying if he had other attributes that were stand out to me, other than the way that he finishes right now in the Bundesliga, I would say yes.
No, but also heading too. I would say heading too. He gives us a big profile, right? He's 6'5" and better at heading.
This one and Jackson coming in last season. What's the difference between Benjamin Sesko's potential incoming to Chelsea this season with his stats?
Yeah.
And Nicholas Jackson's incoming to Chelsea last season with
none.
his stats. What's the difference?
None to me.
Yeah, there is none.
But it seems to me that there was more optimism with Jackson last year than there is with Sesko this year.
It's because we have Jackson and he has scored 14 goals in the league, right? So people are saying, why spend that money on Sesko?
Literally anyone would have taken over.
Okay. That's all I'm saying is like you just
spend 60 million on a guy.
If you could get a guy like a Giroud, like how we got Giroud,
I get the point.
right? Where it's like an older guy, is a very experienced, played at all the levels, and can do a job for you and hold things together. When Tammy's floundering, you bring Giroud in, it cools things off, and we use him in the Champions. That's the kind of player I would want if we're going for. So
basically, Garassi right now he's 28.
But that's
28 goals in the league.
That's who I would go for because I just feel like if I'm going for Sesko, I think Jackson, in my opinion, I think Jackson deserves a chance to be, to be given like the development striker role where he's going to develop because he's only 22. You know what I mean? Like I think he deserves that. After 1 year scoring 14 goals, I think you at least deserve that. You know what I'm saying? I think it people might think it's not going to be any drama or it's going to be this or that, but bringing another young guy for double your price who's probably going to start over you, unless Sesko bangs, then fuck it. Jackson, sorry.
But
Sesko will probably have the same kind of arc Jackson had.
And watch Jackson do his thing.
But Daniel, the thing is, with this management, they want competition, right? We're getting a guy. We're getting stronger links. This is the think piece with Elise, who plays center, who plays right wing, and can play in the middle, right? Very similar to Cole Palmer, who we got for only 45 million. Elise is going to cost us 60 million, right? Even if you put him in the middle, we have another guy who likes playing in the middle in Nkunku, who you spend 60 million. If we want to move him to the left, we're linked with the guy in Somerville who's going for 30 million. We're having competition in every position, no matter how much they cost. We're literally bringing in a guy in the right wing who costs like 15 million pounds more than a guy who just got us 22 goals in the league and is more injury prone. Right? Apparently that we're getting stronger links with. We have another guy in Nkunku who we bought for 60 million who likes playing in the middle. So even if we want to move Palmer to the middle and Nkunku to the left, now we're linked with Somerville who's going for 30 million.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
That one's game time. That's what I'm saying. Right?
You're basically saying, listen, they're going to sign Sesko. I agree with you. I'm just saying I don't agree with that model. I think a lot of it veers away from planning and development, and it veers. There's like a thin line of planning and development and just talent hoarding. Like there's that line there where it's like, you have to give your players a chance to actually develop and be good. It's like now that you have Enzo on the team, right? Would it make sense if you go sign Pedri? You go sign Pedri for 120 million and say, let them compete for the spot. Do you understand how that wouldn't make sense, even though Pedri is a fantastic player?
I get that, but it looks like we're gonna keep talent hoard no matter what, because we're gonna get Elise who likes playing the right wing, and we have Cole Palmer there.
I know.
And
I
there, right? That's the thing.
I just don't agree with it. I get it.
Yeah, I
That's
get
what
it.
they're gonna do. I just
Fair
don't think it's a smart move. And people will say, well, more talent is good, but like I just said, would you go out and sign Pedri right now to come in and compete with Enzo? Does that make sense?
And
No.
then the problem
Because if
is
you
that
can't get them in the team, you gotta flip them, and their value will drop.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. The problem is when you have over competition, it's harder to flip because obviously if you're getting less game time, your price is gonna decrease. Less people are gonna sign you for the price that you want to, which would obviously be at a higher price. So I get competition, but there has to be a time to stop and try to establish and develop your players. Choose the ones that you want to develop and choose the one that you want to bin off. Simple.
But we are in a better position now with the Conference League. This is why we can't pull out. Like, just for the sake of some of these younger players, you need that competition.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a couple of things here about all of this, like specifically this Sesko, Osimhen, Lukaku, that whole little situation. I think that at this current moment, the way that I think at this current moment, we probably shouldn't. Can you hear me? Is everybody can hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bubbling again.
Okay, let me get a headset. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
No stress, brother. No stress. Big up to John Terry's big toe, saying we should look into Solanke. He's had a good season. Not too sure, but I mean, I guess he'd be more affordable if anything. I mean, if that's even the case, it always depends on the contract. So I'll have a quick look. Solanke contract expiry. When's it done? Still wouldn't be one of my ideal choices anyway. But if you're going to say a panic pick, when does his contract end?
I don't have a choice right now.
2027. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. You're paying big money for him. So you can forget that. You can forget that one. No chance of Solanke. It looks like it's just going to be us and Arsenal going for Sesko.
Yep.
And then maybe we'll get forced into a Lukaku move if he picks Arsenal. Apparently, he's already picked Arsenal.
Yeah, he said he wants Arsenal.
Well, who picked Arsenal?
Sesko wants Arsenal.
So allegedly, he'd already said yes to Arsenal.
Hey, go to Arsenal then. Fuck it.
If that's the case, we move on to the next target. Who's the next target?
Sure, that's the question, man.
That's a good question.
Osimhen, man. Go back to Osimhen. Pay the money. Pay up.
Go back begging and
pay the money, man. Listen, I don't want to hear
what
this.
You mean,
got the money. You got the money, bro.
I got the money. I said hi, black boys.
What the?
Oh, man, get out of here, bro. That's crazy.
How do I sound now? I sound all right?
Much better,
bro.
Okay. All right. So after doing some research on Maresca, because I said to you guys last time that I was on here that I haven't done any research on Maresca, so it wasn't for me to say anything at this current moment on him, right? But after doing some research, it really seems like the style of striker that they want is going to be someone who can get in behind quite a bit. Like the way that they use Daka and the way that he used Vardy, and I'm just going based off of Leicester because that's the only thing I can base it off of, is that they need someone to go get in behind. So everybody that's bringing up Dobovic or Vlahovic or any of these other kind of strikers, they're just not the style of striker that they're looking for. Okay, it's just what it is. All right. When it comes to the striker position in itself, though, I do believe that it probably won't happen until after the Euros, regardless. So it's like at this current moment, like I probably would say that none of these strikers are going to happen until at the end. Even Sesko getting plucked up until after the Euros is my honest opinion on this. Like there's other things that are going on outside of this that they're probably waiting on that, like, I'm not going to really bring up too much of it, but if you've seen the reports from Blue Co on Manchester United and their Nice link with their European Cup, they're probably waiting on all of that to unfold before they actually start deciding on what their real options are. And really the one position that they probably can address before this Euros is going to end up being the goalkeeper position. Like that will probably be the one, because none of the targets that we have are playing in the Euros, or period. They're just not playing in the Euros. So like with this knowledge now of what I have, I just don't think anything is really I would say even close to being in stone. I'd say it's written in pencil at this current moment, the way that these links are, just because there's just too many outside things going around. But the ones like the one other guy that I'm just curious about is Gyökeres. Like, I just don't know what's going on with that whole situation. Like, he had links and now he has links to nobody. So it's like, I'm just curious on where that thought is, because his release clause was closer to 75 million from my understanding than to 100 million. But yeah, this is going to end up being like this striker thing. I could see going until the end of the transfer window, to be honest, guys. Like, I really, really do. I don't believe that it will happen anytime soon, and we'll be looking at strikers for the entire window.
I do know that whatever we speak about today, the 31st of May, 16:20 UK time, will be different to what we see in the next couple of weeks. I know that for sure. But for us to go in late to get, I don't know, a striker, I wouldn't want that to happen. I would like us to get that sorted really, really quickly. Do you know what I mean? I
feel you. I feel you.
When it happens, like, I hear what Joey's saying. When it happens, I don't really care when it happens. Like, I'm not that pressed because there's Euros, so I feel like our training is going to be disjointed either way. Like, all our players aren't going to be at the same time to practice and all that. So I get that, right? My thing is, whenever it happens, we talked about it yesterday. You just gotta make the right choices, man. If it's Gyökeres or Osimhen, like Gyökeres, I don't know too much about, so that's why I never speak on him. I'm not sure, and I have PTSD.
I'm not gonna lie.
I have PTSD from Younes and these kind of bum ass guys who came from that league. But I don't know. He did score 40-something goals in his league, and Osimhen's Osimhen.
Yeah.
But it just seems like they're not interested in spending that kind of money, whether it's now or the end of the summer window. It seems like our main target is Sesko, right? So if we don't get Sesko, then things might change. If he goes to Arsenal, maybe we might pivot and go for somebody else, maybe somebody more experienced. I don't know.
The directors better get this one right.
I believe it's only Sesko, because I believe it's only Sesko as the top option is because of where we're placed in European competitions. Before this whole, like, Manchester United taking that spot from us, like, I truly don't believe it was Sesko. Like, I absolutely truly don't believe it was.
Like, we've been talking about this for a while, right? And yes, I've been saying it's Sesko, not because I know some secret information, but I'm taking the word of the guy who is the club's mouthpiece. It's not Matt Law anymore. It's for Fabrizio tells you everything that's going on in this club. He tells you before you actually know it's happening, right? So he's telling us, yo, Chelsea is looking at Sesko. It's going to be Chelsea. Chelsea.
Right, but Daniel, what I'm saying is that didn't start happening really until what? That really didn't start happening until what, the last month or so?
Like, that's been happening for a while.
We were linked with 3 other strikers before we were linked with Sesko. He was like 3rd or 4th
by other people. Other people were linked to other strikers with other people. Like, other journalists will say, "Yo, Chelsea's linked to Osimhen, or it could be Marotta, or these guys." Cool. Fabrizio has always maintained Sesko. And we can do a search his name in Sesko, and you see.
I'm not saying that he's not, right. Like, I'm not saying. I know that he was part of the list, right? I know he was part of the list. What I'm saying is he wasn't the main option until we didn't get Europe, like the big European competitions, obviously. Like, that's what I'm saying.
What I'll say is I'm looking at the big journalists and what strikers they're saying the most. I know it's very simplistic, but who they're saying the most is the idea that I'm getting, that they're high on Chelsea's list. So right now I'm saying the top 2 is Sesko and John Duran, which both of them I would not like. So these directors better pull out some. They better pull out some name out of the hat that will surprise us lot.
You need help, man.
That will be good for the team, but not them two. Honestly, we don't need them. We don't need them.
John Duran should only be like a number 3, if anything.
I mean, John Duran's a good number 2. That's about it, though. Like if the idea is to get a backup to, I've said it. I think I said this yesterday, but if the idea is to get a backup to Jackson, then you shouldn't be spending more than like 35, 40 million, bro. Like,
but
like
we should,
because like that should be what it is.
I don't think we should
That's
get a
special
backup to
areas we need to strengthen.
I think Jackson
fun is good enough.
I think if we want to be very, very serious next season, and I mean going past top 4 as our target and being extra serious, we either put Jackson as our number 2 striker or we put him left wing. I don't want to see Jackson starting next season. I like him as a player, but
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Like what you're saying, it's just totally irrelevant because they've already shown us they're not that serious. They went and got a manager from the championship. Like let's stop acting like this team is going to be serious past top 4.
Yeah, but I
haven't given up, bro.
Yeah,
I haven't given up, bro. But I'm willing to give someone a chance. But like, I'm not going to go and sit here and give this guy an expectation of beyond top 4. Like, there's no reason for me to give him more than that expectation. Like, if he gets top 4, bro, like if he gets top 4, fantastic. But like outside of that, let's not. Yeah, but like outside of that, to think that we're serious, like we're actually a real serious club at this current moment, just off of hiring a championship manager is like bro, let's see what we got in a manager first before we consider us serious again. Like we don't even know what this guy's going to do. Like, I gotta stop you there, man.
I did for titles, but not this season. Not this season.
Yeah, exactly. Like if he can prove it to us, then sure.
Yeah.
From the perspective of these directors, they think that this appointment from themselves is serious. We might not think it's serious, but they're looking at it as in like in the next few years we will be challengers. We will win a title. So they think from their perspective it's serious. We might not. So at the end,
they're what do you like? That's still irrelevant. They have came out and said they're willing to give this guy time, and the goal is top 4. So all of this, it's all really truly irrelevant, bro. Like I'm just trying to make sure we get back onto the real subject here, because like what you're saying, like for me, it's like I don't want to have this conversation because it's like there's too many outside factors at this current moment for us to even consider ourselves serious. And I don't want to like bang on you, Sam. That's like pause, but I don't want to put this on you. But like I really rather like have a conversation about the transfers than wondering if we're serious or not. Because at this current moment, if we're being honest with ourselves, we just hired a championship manager. Like we have to be honest with ourselves. Like let's temper the expectations until then. That's all I can say.
So what's your expectations then, Joey? Top 4, yeah?
I mean, yeah, bro. Like he has to. Like there's he has to, and if he doesn't, like bodies need to roll. Like bodies need to roll. Like they need to roll. Like these guys that are up at the top. They have to have their heads chopped off. Like as soon as this time next year, if we're not in top 4, this is what should be happening. When Stanley Stewart get to ZipRecruiter, bro. Get to Indeed. Like you need to start looking for a new goddamn job. Like straight up. Like I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Like this is the reality of what it is. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm American, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this for anybody. These guys need to have their heads rolled if they don't get top 4. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Listen, keep saying the target's top 4, but it won't necessarily mean the manager's to play if we don't do it.
I'm working on a Dodgers season ticket. I'm working on it right now. Dodgers season ticket. So when I see Boley, I've seen him twice. When I see Bowley, if we're not winning next year, it's gonna be a problem. I promise you.
So
You guys gonna see me on the news.
Dodger season
You're gonna
tickets
see me on the-
expensive nowadays, bro.
Expensive.
Get him for all of us,
but
mate.
Expensive.
My girl's family got one, so I'm trying to get in.
I feel you. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Eye to eye. I want to see if you're selling.
I mean, bro, Bowley just spent like $100 billion on one player. Like you think people are acting like we can't afford this Osimhen deal? It's because of the fact
but they don't want,
we can.
Listen,
we can.
Let me tell you something. This is why I complain when we sign a random guy for 40 million that's 17, right? Because they prefer to spread out the money. They don't mind spending 400 million in one summer, right? But from what I'm seeing, is for certain things, they'll prefer, let me buy this 17, 18, and 20-year-old for 50 million each, then say, fuck it, listen, we need one blockbuster area. Let's go get a fucking top keeper, a top striker. Listen, if you told me this summer, I'm only getting 3 players, a keeper, center back, and striker, I'm cool if they're all top of the top.
You know what they're trying to do, though, Daniel?
I'm okay.
You know what they're trying to do with this whole 17-year-old situation is they're trying to hit big, right? They're trying to get that. Mm-hmm. They're trying to hit big, right? Like buying an Estevao and Paez, the reason why you do that is because you expect them to become $100 million players, right? Like that's the idea of it. Like that's the whole reason they're even thinking about doing it, right? And with the way that our setup is 17, 18, I always bring this up. I always have to talk about it. But if we had a stadium that was 60,000 people, the way that our model is right now wouldn't be the way it is. It's just what it is, right? Like I've become accustomed to it now at this point. Here's a great example. Freaking Amari Hutchinson. If this kid comes in the preseason, he looks fantastic, it won't matter because we got him for free and there's plenty of suitors who are going to be willing to offer us 20 to 25 million for him. Like these are like the same idea with Trevor Chalobah. There's no reason to get rid of Trevor Chalobah other than getting money onto our wage book because it's total profit.
Right.
I mean, this is just what this is just how their model is at this current moment. And that, like, I'm not about to argue with the model per se, but like specifically like a guy like Victor Osimhen, if that's the guy that we're planning on going to get forever, you shouldn't be quitting on that just because of wages.
Joey, like I think it's okay for you to question the plan if you're not sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can admit like
for sure.
I'm not sure about this plan. I don't know if I like, because we only know what we know, and I know what has worked through football history. This is something new, something different. It could work in a great way, but it could also not work. So when I'm looking at it and I'm saying, and you're saying, yo, they want to turn these guys into 100 million players. I know how much a 100 million player has to play to become that, right? Especially these young guys. You have to play a decent amount of games to become like I'm talking about to become worth that kind of money. Not that you can get sold for it randomly. Are they trying to sell these guys, or are they trying to make them 100 million players world class in our team? If the goal is to be in our team, like Paez to be a star in our team, then he has to play games. If the goal is for Estevao to be a star in our team, he has to play games. If you're trying to flip him, I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe you can flip him. Maybe if he plays 12 games for Strasbourg, you can sell him for 80 million because he's shown so much in those games. I get that. But I'm worried about Chelsea. I don't care about the profits that you make. I don't care about us making 100 million in 3 years off of Paez or Estevao. Mm-hmm. I care about right now. I care about Chelsea being able to compete and stay at the top level.
I think that's what you're saying, though, right? I think in the end, you're on the same process.
4 years. Like I don't care about that.
I think regardless, I think that's the whole idea of this, right? Like it's like we're not gonna get to see this money into fruition at any time soon, right? Like, and we're saying that other people are too expensive for us. So I get where the frustration is, right? But in the end, it's just these FFP rules that they got and everything, and not for nothing. From what I understand, I don't know if there's a club out there that's going to actually pay what Victor Osimhen's agents want. Like that's the other part of this that most people
besides
don't
PSG. Besides
know.
PSG,
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with PSG. They don't want Osimhen. They want Maradona. They want the other guy. They want the winger. Yeah, they don't even want Victor. They want the other guy. Like they. So like what? Eventually, Napoli is going to be put in a corner because they got a guy who doesn't want to be there. Really, he doesn't want to be there. They got a guy that doesn't want to be there. The price is too high for pretty much everybody outside of PSG who's going to spend 100 million on somebody else that they have. And then they're still wanting to make if Antonio Conte is coming in, he's going to get his own players. We all know that, right? Like if Antonio Conte is going to come in, he's going to get his own players. That's why I'm not worried about the Lukaku thing. I'm not worried about it all. Like at all. I know we're going to offload him this summer. Like I know for a fact if it's for that, it's going to be for that 35-ish number that we'll get rid of him. But I know for a fact they'll find a way to offload this guy this summer. But like with Victor, it's like, what is Napoli going to do? Because like they're going to want to spend. I know Conte is going to want his own players. Like, and they don't got wing backs.
I heard Conte's going to have a huge war chest when he gets to Napoli. I heard he's going to have like 205.
Around there.
I don't think he's got any problem.
Or the Kvaratskhelia transfer, I guess.
How are they getting that money, Ibs, is the real question, because Italian clubs are known for losing money on a yearly basis. They are known. Serie A does not provide them enough money for them to be sustainable. Yeah. That's why a lot of these clubs have gone under and have had multiple types of financial issues over the last 10 years. Like this has been a whole thing. Like their best team, Inter Milan, only can buy to sell. Like only could sell to buy. Like the best team in that league can only sell to buy. They're in debt as much as everybody else is in debt. Probably the only one that's not in debt is Milan because they have the cachet and the name still that they can still kind of push their club beyond that red line that everyone sees in Italy. So that's the whole thing. Is like, how are they going to get 200 million for Conte? Right?
They'll have to sell
Kvaratskhelia. Well, again, they're probably going to sell Kvaratskhelia. They're probably going to sell one, right?
I call him Kalashnikov.
I
can't pronounce his name. I swear down.
It is also likely that they're gonna try to convince Osimhen to stay because Osimhen with Conte that's a
oh my day, right? You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
That's a movie. We get it. Listen, you give us 100. You give us 110 on the books for Kvaratskhelia, or even give us 90 for Kvaratskhelia, a few for other couple players. We add 30 to it. You can build that Italy squad. You can build around that Napoli squad and get right back to the fucking top. That's what always happens in Italy, right? So there's a possibility of, Osimhen, staying, but because he does have two years.
But guys,
say, you know what? Stay with us one more year. Let's see if we can win the title. And if that's the case, then I wouldn't buy a fucking striker. I'll wait for him.
Guys, the point of this, though, the point that I'm trying to make, though, is the guy that ADL wants to sell isn't going to be sold, and the guy that ADL doesn't want to be sold is getting $100 million offer from PSG. Like that's the reality of it. And what ADL wants, I don't think he wants to sell Maradona at all. Like I think all year he's made it very clear that he's picking Maradona over Osimhen. Like I think he's made it very clear, very clear, because they gave him a brand new contract. Like
no, but the contract has been on the table for Osimhen for a long time. He just doesn't.
No. I'm talking about Kvaratskhelia. He got a bumper raise in the middle of the season this year. He got like a raise in his wages in the middle of the season this year.
But here's the thing, though. He still don't make as much as Osimhen. Osimhen wants more. They're on different.
I agree. I agree, but that's the reason why ADL wants to get rid of Victor over Kvaratskhelia. Like that's one of the main reasons. That's what I'm saying. There's like a dilemma at Napoli that needs to be solved first for us to be able to say anything, right? Like they have a dilemma there. They're getting Antonio Conte, and one of those two big pieces have to be gone. One of the two, right? And Victor doesn't even want to be there. Like he doesn't even want to be there. Like period.
But we've seen De Laurentiis is a mafia boss, man. Even if you don't want to be there, if I can keep you there for however long, Like, I'm gonna keep you there.
He
So
is.
I'm gonna
He's
tell
definitely
you,
a
hey,
mafia
sorry.
boss.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
for
you,
sure.
sorry. We sold Travis Kelly. We can't sell you anymore.
Big presence in
How
Naples,
about
that's
you?
for sure.
How about you just work with Conte and figure it out? That's what he's gonna tell him. Sorry,
Fraser,
Kelly
I
is
didn't want to
sold. We
bring
can't sell you.
Fraser. I didn't want to bring that part into it, but we all know that if you know Italian football, you know what the the reasons are behind the reasons behind it are. Like if you watch Italian football enough, you watch it for enough time, like I have. I mean, I've been watching Italian football since I was like 8. Like this is like it's always been like that.
You
It's
guys don't remember the days of
always been like that.
Hamsik saying he would like a move, and I remember Hamsik
Yeah.
saying it. I remember
I
Koulibaly for years. Koulibaly was supposed to move. He said, "Hell no, you're not moving."
Balotelli.
He didn't let him go till he was fucking 30.
No, he's talking
30,
about
really.
ADL specifically.
Oh,
yeah, and sure. I think, but it's also like a thing. I get you. I totally agree. I just say, just from outside looking in perspective, that's what I see, right? I see them getting Conte. Conte's going to need money for the players that he wants. Once they get Conte, one of the two of their big guns have to go. The one that they want to keep has an offer on the table. The other one that they don't want to keep has 0 offers on the table. And like somebody put a number in the chat, and I was thinking about it. Like the cost for Osimhen right now is probably the release clause is what, 120, right? And then the wages, if you look at the wages, he's probably looking at he probably wants about 8 million a year, close to 8 to 10 million a year.
Euros per month, per week. I think.
Nah, 150. He's on 150, 130 to 150, something along the lines of that. Yeah. Go look it up.
Yeah, Osimhen's on 150. He's on 150. Osimhen's on 150.
I swear he's on 150 right now, like with his new contract. Yeah, go look it up. I had to look it up too, Ibs. Yeah, he just got a raise, so it may have been 120 and may have gone up to 150. Like I'm pretty sure it was around
100. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the release cost 130 million euros, which was signed on December 23rd, 2023 at 246,538 euros per week.
Yep.
At an annual base of 12.8 million per year. We can't afford this.
Yeah. 12.8. That's not. Yeah, he's making. That's like 240 a week, 250 a week.
Yeah,
like, it's not.
So literally, if you do the numbers, right, and then from what my understanding is the agents that he have want 10% of the total cost of the transfer. So then you're looking at another 10 to 15 million on top of that. So now you're looking at 150. It's 150 at the end of the day, like total. Like you're talking total cost. It's about 150. And I even think, man, if you want my honest, I don't even think PSG will do that. They just spent 200 million on strikers last year.
Yeah,
and you think no one wants Kolo Muani and Goncalo Ramos especially for the numbers that they have, the wages they have them on.
I think a reason they might not sign Osimhen is because just quickly. A reason they might not sign him, it could be because and Enrique might not like him, right? He might not suit Enrique's style, and they probably believe in Enrique now because he's done well this year. You know what I'm saying? Overall, he's done really well this year. So that might be a reason why they'll go for Kvaratskhelia instead of him. And in that case, my thing for Chelsea would be just wait, right? Let him go win another title under Conte and just wait. He's 24, and there's no other options out there. Like, let's not act like there's like so many options. Just wait.
I think
save coins, and next year he's going to be 80 because he will have 1 year left next year.
I think I don't know if they'll even get to that point, right? Like that's the whole thing. That's the question that I have. I have a feeling that ADL is going to have to fold eventually, bro. Because if he wants Conte and Osimhen, he can't have both things. He can't have Conte and then and still have Victor. Like it's not gonna. Unless Conte just says, sure, I'll take Victor. It makes sense for me. We won't get Lukaku. We'll just stick with Victor and I'll build my system around him. But
I mean,
that's something
sounds
Victor
like
is going to have to
something-
want. That's something Victor that's going to have to want too. So it's like that's the whole thing with this is like I'm not reading into anything yet.
Victor will do what he's told.
He hasn't really done that so far. I mean,
how so?
I mean, just recently he had some type of like argument. He had the racial slurs against him this recent year and wanted nothing to do. Yeah, and wanted nothing to do with the club after that for a good 6 months. Was promised he would be sold at the end of the year, and now their ADL is gonna go back on that. Like it just doesn't. Like all of that just doesn't make sense to me. They held him. They held on to him. They like basically said, "I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm not trying to interrupt you like that." They basically held on to him.
He shows up and he plays either way, and that's what they care about. He's not gonna throw his toys out and not show up and play. So if that's gonna happen, they're gonna just say, "Fuck it, you're staying," and let's get that 40 million you're gonna lose on that transfer is worth another title. And trust me, Italy is not strong enough that if they sell Kvaratskhelia and buy a few players, they can't get back up there. They can easily win that shit.
I think that with Conte, they should be one of the favorites to win it next year. I might put a little bit of a cheeky bet for Conte to win the league next year. To be honest,
I think they can 100%.
I mean, dude, I don't care who it is. If they get Lukaku next year, let's just put it that way. If they get Lukaku next year, I think they probably could win the title. Like that's how weak that league is at this current moment. It could be anybody's league at any time.
What Napoli need to do if they want to win Scudetto next year is they need a left wing back and a right wing back and a center back, a central one, and a back three.
Center back, correct.
In the air. That's what they need. And they're losing Zielinski to Inter on a free, so they might still have Zambo and Gisa. I could see that working. And then they're going to need another left winger. So they still need a few pieces, but if, it all depends. Yeah, you're right. It all depends if Osimhen wants to be kind of part of that. But I agree with you, Joey. Like, they could be scary next year. But it depends how they move.
Really. Yeah, it depends on how they move, right? But seriously, it's like I just don't know. I just don't know where they go, right, Steve? Because it's like they had all their eggs in the basket of selling Victor, and now that Kvaratskhelia is like being touted by PSG and really wanted by PSG, like I really don't know where they move from here. Like I don't know how they adjust to this, because it's like where do they go? Right.
I mean, I think Paris Saint-Germain will eventually get Kvaratskhelia. I think it was 100 mil, their first bid. So it's like I think it'll go to Paris Saint-Germain for 120.
They can't go for him and Osimhen, can they?
No, I don't think they will.
I don't think so.
Then again, they did get Mbappe in the same window as or around the same time as Neymar. They just had Monaco. They were like loan. Permanent, you have like obligation to buy. They could maybe do something. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but
they did that the next year though, Steve. They did that the next year though.
Yeah, but didn't they here's the thing that is so like they still have not just tomorrow will be the day that they have to pay for Goncalo Ramos. Tomorrow, July 1st, they have to pay for Goncalo Ramos. It's 80 million.
Is it like installments?
I'm not sure. I just know that it's a loan to buy. July 1st was the day that they have to pay Benfica by. But
Steve, what are your opinions on Sesko in general?
On what?
On Sesko. On Benjamin Sesko. Sorry.
Oh, I think he's sick. Like I think he would if y'all got him. I think it's a bit early for him personally. I think it is a little bit too early because he only did have 1 year at Leipzig. Struggled
a half a year. It's like a half a year.
Yeah, really. But like if you are gonna take that risk, I see it working with the way Enzo Maresca wants to play because he will get in behind like crazy. He really will. He did well with Openda that second half of the year in particular because they're swapping out Poulsen and Werner would sometimes get minutes. They binned off Werner because he was really, really bad. But yeah, I think if I were advising Sesko, I'd be like, just stay at another year at Leipzig because they could contend for a Bundesliga title in all reality. Because next year in the Bundesliga, it's going to be a free-for-all for that title. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a free-for-all.
You don't have him in company? Sorry for the segue, but yeah.
No, it's all good. No, you're right. Maybe I don't think we'll win the title, but I didn't think we were going to win the title with company's appointment. So that's
that. Kane 2 years without a title, crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey,
who's surprised though? Who's surprised?
I can't lie, I'm a bit surprised. I thought this.
Are you? Are you surprised?
Maybe he's just the problem. Maybe he's really just the problem. If Tottenham win a trophy next season, then yeah, you're the problem, bruv.
Yeah, he did what he could do. What can he do? He's scoring goals. If he weren't scoring, then we could say you're big.
He's incredible.
I know, but like you can't shake the fact that this trophy drought's just following him everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. Is that
Stuttgart finishing second, meaning he can't even compete in the German Cup? Like, bruv.
Bro.
How do you account for this shit? You can't. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So in terms of Sesko, I'd be like, bro, I would just stay at Leipzig if I'm honest. But if you guys get him, that's the kind of player you need. That's the kind of striker you do need. Again, he's super young. It's a bit risky, but like he's super talented. A really, really good striker. Because I watched him a bit at Salzburg, and I was like, okay, yeah, he'll go to Leipzig and yeah, was disappointing. Like I said, disappointing first half of the season. Second half, he was on smoke. So, yeah, I don't know. If you don't go for him,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
sharing minutes with Jackson. How many goals do you think he gets?
All comps or just Prem?
Just Prem.
I'd set the over-under at 14. I'd say he gets over 15, 16. Something like that.
I probably set it even a little lower than that, to be honest.
I think he'll get like 15. If you
I
guys
think he'll probably get around 12 if he's sharing time. I think he probably gets
I don't know if he's gonna share. I don't know if he's gonna share time because then again, it's the Nkuku thing. It's like, where would he play? So you know what I'm saying?
So
and
okay, so if he
doesn't get the league games, will get Conference League.
Maybe he sees Palmer as the guy that can get in, but you never know. You never know.
My thing is this: if he comes in, he's going to be sharing. He's going to be sharing with Jackson because he's not materially better than.
Shout out Soliman, gifted 5 memberships. Big up Soliman. W Soliman in the chat. Big up.
But if he starts the whole season, let's say he starts over Jackson 90% of the season, I think I can agree with you. I think maybe he does score 15, 16 goals, but that's not worth it for me to just give up on Jackson.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, the goal tally counts important. Yes, but then it's also about, like, who are you scoring against? Are you scoring game-winning goals against Man United or Tottenham or whoever? Or are you just scoring game-winning
performances,
goals?
Right?
Performances as well. So it's even deeper just than the goals. Because for me, Dominic Solanke was outstanding this season. His performances and his
100%.
Bro, listen, he was lights out.
Maybe it's the few games I've seen Sesko in.
What's up?
He plays like the performances aren't better than what I see from Jackson.
Than who?
He's a better finisher, yes, but
than Jackson.
I feel like Jackson gives us a lot more.
Yeah, Sesko's got like good.
I guess so. I guess Daniel, the question is this, right?
Yeah.
The real question is this: are we going to need Jackson to do the things that he's been doing all year? Like that's the question in the end, because like with Maresca, right? Like we're gonna need him to be like making them runs in behind, and we've seen him be a bit of an offsides liability. Like, so it's that's in the end that's really what the question comes in.
I think
I would agree.
Behind, but honestly, from what I hear about his style of play, I think the runs in behind were only a consequence of you having Vardy, and that's Vardy's #1 attribute. So you have to use it in that way.
Well,
but you had Paxton Daka too. They did that with Daka too.
Yeah,
they had two strikers that were like that.
That's how both of them play, because they signed Daka to replace Vardy, and he plays very, very similar to him. You know what I'm saying? So you have to.
Yes, but that's the only thing we can base it off. So you can't say it's because of a consequence of their
pace.
Right.
That's why it doesn't. He's gonna sign Sesko if once he comes in, and Enzo would. Enzo didn't sign either of those guys.
Yeah, but the thing is that's one of his strong suits.
He's 40 years old.
But that's one of Sesko's strong suits is getting in behind.
Yeah,
like that's his actual strong suit. Like he's actually good at beating the line and like because he's played striker his whole life. You can see he played striker his whole life.
That's
like just his movements.
That's all he's played, man. Striker. That's all he knows.
Just his movements, just the way he runs off the ball, the way he times his runs. You can tell he played striker his whole life. Like you can tell. Right. You can actually tell. But what he thrives off of is that ball in behind because A, he's taller than everybody. So he'll knock down a ball. He's knocked down a ball most of it. He has a pretty good heading conversion rate, heading win rate. Like
aerial duels.
Yeah, pretty good. It's pretty high from my understanding.
Yeah.
And then
around a lot as well.
But the link up but the link up is where I question him. But when you play for Leipzig, when you're playing in the system for Leipzig, you have to have link up. Like it's the literal reason why Yusuf Poulsen has never started for Leipzig his entire career is because he never had a link up. He never had the link up play to play
when they need it. Yeah,
exactly. Outside of super subs and all that other stuff. Who? Yeah.
But it's also why Openda started over him for a long time.
That's my biggest worry about the kid
too. Like Openda he was their locked-in starter for the year.
Yeah, but that was my biggest concern with the kid. We're going to spend $60 million on a guy who didn't even start for his own team. That's my biggest worry of the kid.
That's why I said he should stay at Leipzig for another year.
Yeah, for another year would make sense, Steve. It would make sense for him to do that.
For his development.
And I don't think even him going to Arsenal, like you're asking him, like it literally screams of Darwin Núñez. It screams of Darwin Núñez. Screams of it.
He would do
it literally screams of Darwin Núñez. He would
do a better job than Kai Havertz.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Correct.
Because better job than Kai Havertz front, bro.
Because what they're doing. Because here's the thing: when you go and you buy a striker for the amount of money that you're going to buy him for, you're expecting that he's going to make up the difference between the 2 points that you had that you were missing, the 2 points that you were missing to win the league. When you're going to spend that type of money on a striker like that to try to get to try to improve your team, if he gets, you're talking about a 21-year-old and putting the entire pressure of the league on him at that point. It's the same thing as Darwin. It's the same thing. Liverpool had a great season. No, it's not. Jackson's 30 million pounds. What are we talking about?
Same thing for Sesko if he came here.
Oh, I agree. I agree. That's why I agree with Steve that he probably should stay another year. He's 21. That's why I agree with Steve.
Fighting for a possible title, DFB Pokal.
I'll be right back.
Doing something in the chat. No worries. Like fighting for having a decent chance at
winning a
Bundesliga title.
Yeah,
DFB
I heard that.
Pokal and see what Leipzig do in the champs. That's a different pressure to at Chelsea where y'all are in a moment of need where you need to qualify for top four, need to win Conference League, have to make good deep runs in the Carabao and FA Cup. It's a different kind of pressure compared to Leipzig, just from a media perspective and all that.
I agree, and he's not the number one striker at Leipzig. So if there is
right now he is. You're right. At first he was. Yeah, first half of the season he wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Openda's going to be back. So
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think y'all should also be looking at like a Jonathan David or something because he will give you the link up play and he can run in behind as well. He's experienced. He's won things that he was part of the Liga team at Lille that won the title. He knows what that's like. So that would be, and Arsenal should be looking at him too. Arsenal should be looking at him too. But like Sesko is super talented. I like the player a lot, but like. Yeah, it is. It's a step up. I think a little bit too quick, but you never know. He might make the move and do really. I wouldn't be surprised if he does really well. It's not like he's like not mentally ready for it, but just like you can like I don't know. I just feel like some footballers they just move from club to club too quick when they're super young.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that bit. I mean, you only spent one season at RB Leipzig, and you know,
only started for I think half
it's not
of it.
the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Yeah, it started half of it.
As much as I want you to come to Chelsea, you could come here and be a complete flop. I will look like a complete dickhead because I've been screaming for you for the past 2 years, and you know it is what it is. But you know,
but even in terms of flop, like I could expect a slow start. That's why I don't want him to walk in as a starting number 9.
With our fan base, they expect to hit the ground running. But you know, I do understand the fact that him leaving after 1 year in the Bundesliga to jump to the big time, because let's have it right, Premier League is the big time. You know, it is going to be a bigger step up in your challenge. I would say, yeah, I could see him, you know, maybe stay, but the stocks are too high right now. He is wanted. Whether he likes it or not. He is wanted. His agent is picking up calls right now, bro. I don't see him staying where he is in the summer. I really don't, bro.
Because here's the thing I don't get, right? A little bit of contradiction with fans, right? People in this panel, and I'm seeing me included, right? Where it's like we're saying the squad, even if we get Osimhen or Sesko, is good enough, even before we get these guys, is good enough to get top 4 if we had a competent manager. That's what we all said, right? Correct. Within Nkunku or Jackson.
Yeah.
So adding a Sesko wouldn't be a detriment in any sort of the way.
We're not saying
for 60. No, I'm not saying you guys are. I'm saying we're saying all the pressure of top 4 and all that stuff. Well, these guys were apparently expected to get top 4 anyways. These same players, Nicholas Jackson, Cole Palmer coming in with 0 Prem experience apparently, right? 45 million. Jackson only coming after a hot streak of 7 goals during the end of the season, right? And we were apparently just 5 points away. And if we had a better manager, we could have got it. So then why can't we have similar expectations when if he doesn't do well, then we do have Jackson in the wing to get us top 4 for this season, right? And it's not going to be crazy like 100 million pounds. He's going to cost us 60 million. I'm sorry, it's only 60. Because here's the thing, we spent.
Who's going to be in the wing? Like, okay, so we've seen Jackson for this year, right? Do we understand his temperament?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so does he look like a player who's going to be happy that Sesko is taking the spot and he's in the wings if Sesko flops? That's not you got to manage.
Personalities.
I don't know if he'd be upset though. I feel he'd have more reasons to be upset if he's not starting.
Exactly, brother. If you're
I get that, but that's like saying when. But that's like saying when.
That's my whole thing.
But then
what's the point?
But then it's like saying when we got Fernando Torres right after Drogba's season, and Daniel, you said Drogba had a little amount of games. He actually played 36 games that season before we got Torres. So was Drogba going to be upset that we spent 50 million at the time, which was like a record fee for Torres? Or the times we spent it on Shevchenko, or we spent it on Crespo. We spent it on a lot of strikers during Drogba's time, right?
Crespo was there before Drogba, but everyone else is.
That's what I'm saying.
Drogba was getting surgery on his groin, and we knew we needed to get another striker. This is a fact. Right.
Okay, so we also got Anelka during that time too. We also got Anelka during this time too.
Yeah,
right. We got a lot of players to challenge him.
No.
Here's the only argument though is that those players that you've all brought in are all proven. Like with Sesko, he's not. That's why with Osimhen, I think it would be completely fair if he came in and started over Jackson.
Okay, fair enough. But then I give you an argument for this season. We're heavily linked, as you put on this with Olise. Olise plays the same position, literally cam and right wing as Cole Palmer. So you're telling me a man who just came in for 45 million, we paid 45 million for Cole Palmer, no experience, scores 22 goals in the league, right? 10 assists.
But you played a pair of them together, though. That's the thing. Like you actually hear that more for Noni.
Come off it. This guy. What's
but then we have the same excuse for Nkunku, right? We have the same excuse for Nkunku. How are we going to play? We need to get rid of Sterling because Nkunku fit into Maresca's system.
Sterling. I don't care if he's a point.
No, but I'm saying like these are all. I know I want to have gone too, but these are all like everyone's competing in the front line with someone. That's the thing. Apparently, we're going to get Araujo. We're going for Araujo and Diomande.
Hold on. Your answer isn't to me, your answer shouldn't be, well, fuck it. It's already fucked up anyway, so we might as well just add more.
But you said it's fucked up.
But it's not fucked up. I'm not saying
It
it's
is
fucked up
fucked
because
up.
us getting, because I'm sorry, us getting
It
Elise
is.
and Palmer, I would take that.
Abba.
Literally, when
I
just
knew
have
that.
surface.
I would
said the
take,
same
listen, I would
thing.
take that
I don't
too, but
care.
you know why? Because
I don't care.
Because I care about the. Hold on, I would take that because I care about the here and now. But I also recognize, listen, Pius, all these guys, it's fuck them. There's nothing, ain't shit gonna happen with them. It's already forget those guys. I care about here and now. I know Lisa is gonna be a world class player. He can give me something now, so give me him. But if you're talking about is there a development plan for Pius and these guys to be at Chelsea? No, it's not. Right? So if
But I didn't bring up Pius. I didn't bring up Pius. I brought up Sesko and
listen to what
Elise. These people were getting the season.
about. You brought up Olise. Olise coming in doesn't affect Palmer.
Why?
How does it not
Why?
when literally
Palmer's gonna start either way.
Okay, so then what about Elise, who's gotten 15 goals in a season and was injury prone for half of it, but it's gonna cost us 60 million and he's 21. Where does he and where does Nkunku play?
On the bench,
because we're also going for summer.
So
we've spent 60 million on a baller, right?
I'm a 60 million pound guy. I'm not having that. Fuck that,
brother. Nkunku hasn't even proven that he can give you 5 games in a fucking season yet. Let's relax on that, right? He hasn't in 2 years. That's why he's played in 2 years of football. He's been injured a lot, right?
No, he hasn't. No, in 2 years he hasn't only played 5 games in a season. He played half
last year.
No, he didn't. He played more than that. How can you be the highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga last season when he only played 10 games?
Goal scorer with like 13 goals, bro.
No, he had 17.
Weak ass.
And he was out for 3 months. And he was out for 3 months. You can't call it a weak ass league.
Brother, he was in our
Now
team.
we're doing excuses now.
He was in our team last year. What are you talking about, Leipzig? He was in Chelsea.
No, you said 2 years. You said 2 years. You said 2 years, right? 2 years. So 1 year's this year that just happened. The year before he was in Leipzig.
Yeah, and when he played, when he barely played half a season. So half a season in 2 years is enough games, right? For you to
so now we're gonna. So then if we're gonna do it on that base, do we get Elise? Elise was gone for almost half a season. Why are we going for Elise?
But he played 38 games last year. So in those 2 years, he's only missed half a season. In those 2 years, Nkunku has only played half a season. There's a difference.
Okay, so we're not just gonna count on talent now, right? Because everyone's crying for Nkunku to start on the left or the center.
I'm not saying don't count on talent. He can start off the left because Mudryk is still starting. Right now, Palmer.
Yes, but then now we're going for Somerville apparently. But now we're going for Somerville apparently, or another left winger.
Who's Somerville? He's cool, but is he more talented than Nkunku? If he's off the bench, he's off the bench. That's cool. I don't really care. And he's for what, 36 million? You're asking me what's going to happen to Nkunku. More than likely, he plays off the left. That doesn't stop Olise from starting.
That's what we're hoping for. But in Maresca's system, he likes wide wingers. But he likes wide wingers, right? No? Maresca likes wide wingers.
He likes played in the wing. He likes wingers that are opposite-footed that cut inside. Mavididi.
No. Why are we acting like he has 10 years of experience working with so many players that we know this is exactly his style? He's not going to change this. He used what he had at Leicester.
Well, we're basing it off also quotes that Leicester City fans have told us about his stubbornness and the tactics he's going to use and the formation he likes to use.
Yeah,
we're basing it off of the little information
he has. Like, I don't understand the same way based on the players that someone like Sarri had. Sarri that was using a player like Hamsik as his number 10 was using guys like Barkley and Kovacic, and was pushing Conte a lot further when he was playing with Alan. Alan wasn't doing that. Why are we acting like he was stubborn because of the players that he had? But at least with him, we saw evidence of him playing a different way for years. Maresca's played.
So what can we base anything off of? Then we can't base anything off Maresca. We can't because what are we basing?
Like it's stamped in stone. There's no way. This is the way he has to play. If Nkunku plays,
I don't think he said that.
Like that's not.
I never said that. I did not say that. I said from the knowledge I know of. He likes playing a left winger who likes to take on a man, likes to bring in wide and cut in, like Steve said. And you're saying sorry, but like you're saying sorry has a history.
Regardless, he will find a way to play our best players when they need to play. We're talking. So the left wing doesn't.
Well, how do we know that? How do we know that? With that same logic, how do we know that?
Okay, hold on. So
that's what I'm saying.
So we do understand Palmer is not touchline either, right?
Yes, so that's why we're thinking he's going to play the
Okay,
Drewberry
cool.
Hall
Okay, cool.
role, and that's why Elise makes sense because Elise can go wide and take on a man.
But in that situation, what happens to Nkunku in that situation?
That's why Madueke makes sense.
No, but what happens to Nkunku in your
Sorry?
situation if what happens to Nkunku in that situation?
Lewis,
He's gonna have to work
So
it
if we
out.
don't get a
He's gonna
striker,
have
I'm going to in
So
the
what I
striker
said
role.
earlier on that people
We
argue
should be
about,
there in
right?
an hour, Rush, right?
I'll be in Liverpool.
People are arguing with me about Elise coming in because of Nkunku and this, but in that situation,
Perfect. All right, cool. I'll be ready.
No.
in that situation, he's still in the same. He's still in the same spot, whichever way you want to push it. Because if he plays number 10 and Palmer plays on the wing, that's like Elise. That's like Nkunku
I was
playing
only
on the wing.
equating that point. I was only equating that point, Daniel, because of the Sesko and Jackson. How are they going to sort like that type beat? I guess that if we were to get Sesko and we still have Jackson in situ,
Yo, who is that?
the manager will work it out.
So much feedback.
Yeah, whose feedback is that?
Not sure. Testing.
What I'm
1,
saying
2,
is,
3.
if you're telling me I'm bringing in Elise now, and I'm not worried about Bayern and these guys. I don't care. I'm taking Elise. This is a fantastic player. I'm sorry, who's proven it for 2 years in the Premier League to me, right? These other guys, I don't even know what they're going to come into in 2 years. Now, if you're saying, well, what does it make sense to get Elise because of Palmer? Well, based on what you're saying, Palmer's not a touchline winger for this manager anyway. He's going to play number 10. So if you don't get Elise, that means Noni starts either way. And I'm taking Elise over Noni.
Yep.
Okay,
right?
so then that's what I'm saying. So then where does Nkunku go? That's what I'm saying.
That is my point. Like I said,
The manager will accommodate it. I believe
bench
the manager will
because he
accommodate
hasn't
it.
started in a long time, or he starts on the left.
The manager's a coach, right? He's gonna accommodate it. Whether he plays where he goes to a 4-2-3-1, so he plays a 10, he will sort it out, mate. I believe that. I don't believe you're gonna be stubborn. Pardon?
I'm asking you guys, if Nkunku starts, does Palmer sit on the bench?
Nope.
No, right? So if he's probably going to play off the right, right?
Yeah.
As not a touchline winger, because you have to adapt to your best players.
Exactly.
That's my point.
That was my problem with him being appointed. I didn't know if he could adapt to the players that we have. So that's why I'm hoping that he has the flexibility to change for our best players.
I ain't got a problem with that. He's a coach. I believe these coaches, like they know how to, like they know how to adapt and work around it, bro. Then why?
That's why I was saying.
That's what we're hoping for, but I'm not gonna give him that benefit.
I think we're being too rigid with how he's gonna play.
Make him want to be more expansive and try out something new. I believe that. I don't believe that. I believe yes, he has his laurels, but with the quality players we have, he might innovate something new. Like, you know what? I can actually get the most out of this playing this way. May not even be the traditional way he's been playing.
I'm taking him for his word, right? Which was, I've watched a lot of these guys. You know, I've studied the Chelsea squad, and I know I can use them.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm taking that from his word. You know what I mean?
And if you say that means to me, you don't have one style of play or one style on one formation or what a play. You believe that the quality of these players can be flexible enough for you to expand and have 3 styles of play.
Exactly.
In transition,
and figure it out how to having Nkunku playing Palmer and Elise, you know, and Sesko if it's Sesko, whatever. Figure it
and
out.
Jackson.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Bench, man.
You know what I'm saying?
What's gonna happen? He's gonna be on that bench.
Be a good problem to have, wouldn't it? You know, how all this talent, you know, in the squad, like that's kind of what we.
Yeah, those are better headaches.
Yeah.
Rather than who's gonna start? It's we've got great options. Really good options.
Just hoping that inside.
He's not got a 37-year-old Jamie Vardy to worry about. My striking options. I have to play this guy because
that's the thing. For the new manager, he's at least upgrading in every single area.
Come on.
Yeah.
But whether he can handle the step up, that just remains to be seen. That leads into a super chat as well. Big up to Guyan saying, I have no problem with the owners making money. Problem is with mediocrity. Stop hiring these managers who don't know what it is to be at the highest level. Look, my only thing with Maresca is I can't judge whether he can make that step up. That's why I'm trying to go into it with an open mind. I'm not gassed. Like, I don't think, oh my gosh, we're going to go win the league. But you're telling me we're going to go win the league with him. So we'll see what he's got for me in the first season. The target of top 4 in a trophy is not unattainable for him. I don't care what anyone tries to say because we could have got both of that with that bum Pochettino last season. So he can do this with a nobody. We'll just see if he can handle the step up. Then we can judge whether it's been a mediocre transfer managerial appointment or not. As of now, just don't know. I haven't got a clue. At least we know what he's about. And that's it. And so we talk like top 4 is easy with him. Like top 4 would have been easy with Pochettino if he had just a couple of games with better game management.
Bro, bro. That's my expectation, bro. Top 4. I'm a fanatic fan. Yeah, I'm tired of not being in the Champions League. It's been 2 years. I want to see my club in the Champions League. Yeah, so that's where I want in it. I don't give a shit.
And also, top 4 is more uncertain now.
I don't give a fucking fuck. I have seen Champions League football for quite a long time now, and I'm a bit itchy now. Yeah, Villa's in there. I want to be in there. Newcastle was in there last season, and I want to be in there now. Yeah.
Listen, this might just be the fan in me, but
that's the fan in me.
Opinion,
sorry, that's
if
the
we
fan.
don't, no. I'm just hold on. For like certain guys, like going back to the Elise thing. If we don't get him, we do know he's going to Manchester United, right?
Oh yeah.
Also United.
Okay, million. That's where it's million.
So is that? Do we want? You know what I mean? Do we want
Daniel in the chat?
Him there? Do we want United to have another year with Rasmus Shitman? Have another year with him and realize, oh shit, this guy's trash. Let's go get Osimhen then, since he hasn't moved. You know, we got to make some moves and be smart, man. Don't let our competition get players that will make them better. If they can make us better.
I hear it. Apparently, we have a couple of factors that are in our favor when it comes to Elise, but not really the best of sources. This one's also saying Joe Shields is another reason why we've got a bit more confidence because he's got connections to Elise. That wasn't said by Fraser Fletcher. He said it was because we're in London. We have English players who push the move. And what was the other one?
His brother.
Yeah, the one in Cobham.
That brother thing is, I think that brother one is a bit far-fetched, man. I can't.
Mini Elise.
But the Joe Shields thing makes sense to me because
yes, Scott.
Yeah, the Joe Shields part makes sense to me because when we didn't get Elise, Joe Shields is the one who pushed for Palmer, so he's the one who had the succession plan in case we didn't get Elise.
Yeah.
Oh.
I swear last summer did he turn down City for Chelsea? I'm not too sure, but he favoured Elise and moved to Chelsea. Over City.
Was it that, or did they just get Doku?
I can't remember. That's what
I think they just went and got Doku. You know.
One sec, let me double check.
Because I swear, like. Again, it might not be true.
But listen, our top 4 hopes get a little harder if Man United are able to get him. And trust me, I was against that. I was like, yo, is he injury prone? But then I realized last year he played 38 games.
He's only had one serious. He's only had one serious injury.
He's not injury prone. And if you're telling me, okay, since this club, how they're moving, I don't know if they even have a plan for Esteval and Pies and these guys. So I don't care. You know, I just care about it right now. And
I ain't gonna lie, you see that Esteval guy? When is he gonna come in? Like the World Cup in America?
2025.
I don't know.
Next 2025.
Next summer. I'm not
apparently
strange after the World Cup, bro. I can't even lie to you, man.
I'm sorry.
He's been saying don't worry about
he's not coming. He's not coming straight into the first team.
You don't buy
that,
Scott? Do you?
No, of course not.
What? Who? By who? Which one? Who?
Esteval coming straight into the.
He's not coming into that first team.
I don't think they both are.
Neither of them are. I don't care how good they are. They're not coming into the first team straight away.
I'm not expected to see them till after the World Cup in America and Mexico and that, bro, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I don't think they're going to play until 2026 at the earliest. I even think it might be later.
Unless y'all have a major injury crisis or something.
Yeah.
Even now, I wouldn't expect them to play because, we're talking about 2 guys who are going to be 18. They're going to be leaving their countries for the first time at 18 years old. They're not coming into play straight away.
I mean, we do have a manager who can speak Spanish though, and we have some Spanish-speaking players. So, I mean, not as far.
I don't think it's going to be about Brazilian barrier. It's going to be just about the adaptation to a new league.
Brazilian
countries
speak Portuguese, not Spanish. But yeah, I get your point. He does speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. I forgot that as well.
Yeah, and we're doing this whole
Spanish
betting
stuff.
in process with Paez, no, because he's been visiting us to get used to the weather and all that bullshit. Apparently this year, that's what we were doing to help bet him in.
Yeah, it was Fabrice Hawkins who reported that Elise had a slight preference to Chelsea over City last season. Him and Gary Jacob from the Times said
I'm not surprised.
Chelsea chose.
I'm not surprised.
Chose
And I'm
Chelsea.
pretty. I swear the secret scout said it last year as well. I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
You're right.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
anything from him.
No, he was
Those
talking
are
about
all
last year.
I could find.
Last year. Yeah.
He was talking about last year, Lewis.
Oh yeah. I'm looking. All those stuff was from last year as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it. Those are the only two sources I could find. Maybe that means we're in a better position over Man United as well. I can't tell anyone. It's all speculative. But we are clearly interested in him.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the names everyone can agree is on the list. Like, even if it was proven it's not Osimhen, looks like we're going after Sesko. We're going after Elise. Not too sure on the centre-back front.
You see my
Yeah, apparently we're supposed to be going after a very talented centre back. That's what Fabrizio said. At least last night for us.
Left back, that's all I heard.
Caliafori, that guy.
Caliafori, yeah, that's all I heard.
No, he's
Yeah,
going
we
to
were
Juventus.
linked to
He's going to
California
Juventus.
yesterday.
Calafiore
He's
is
going to
fucking
Juventus.
brilliant, man.
Yeah,
But
he's
he's
amazing.
right.
He's going.
Steve,
He's going to
Is
Juventus.
that the same guy that used to play for Freiburg?
No.
No, he used to play for
He
Basel.
has.
Bologna.
Okay.
Basel
swore
sold him
that
for like
there was
nothing
a-
as well. That's so fucking
I
joking.
swore they sold. I swore that he played in Germany for some reason.
No, you're thinking about the right wing back that used to play that for Freiburg.
Posh.
I know who you're talking
Stefan
about.
Posh.
Yeah.
He used to play for Hoffenheim. Yeah, Stefan Posh. Now Calafiore's sick. Juve are building the nice little. Juve are building the nice little project, man. I can't lie.
Oh, so he's going Juve then?
Probably.
Yeah, he's going because Bologna, right?
Gonna follow Motta, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to
Not
bring
even
him.
just not even just because of that. Like most Italian players tend to stay in the Italian league.
Yeah, true.
And they're like, and Juve are still one of the.
Yeah.
And he would be a great left center back for them too.
Yeah,
Would be
Warriors
amazing
said
for
it
them
there.
at the left.
I did. Warriors said it there. I did Bear Bologna watch along this year. Love watching them play. I was talking about Calafiore and like all of them. Swear on my life. Swear on my life. He can play a little bit.
Well, all that tells me is that you know a fucking lot about him, so I'll take your opinion on it.
Nah, Calafiore's sick. He's probably going to Juve. Though.
I didn't watch too much Bologna this year. I'm not gonna lie. I only watched it when Steve was watching it.
They were sick, man. They were sick, but. I mean,
But Steve,
yeah.
question for Mohammed Ashvili, or sorry, I forget how.
Mamadashvili.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I know from what I watched him, he's a good shot stopper and everything, but I don't think he's that great with the ball to feet.
Yeah, he's not
like
great
ball
at
to
the
feet.
ball.
That's the thing.
No,
That's what confuses
he's
me.
not good at all at distribution. Like
Exactly. So that's what's confusing me with these links because I get the Swedish goalkeeper. He makes sense to me in terms of being a ball
He's
player.
Swedish?
But
The guy's Swedish?
Yeah,
I thought he was.
no. I'm talking about the Valencia goalkeeper that we're also linked with 2 days ago.
Villarreal.
Villarreal. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah.
Jorgensen's good at the ball. Very good.
So he
was
makes
Danish
that makes
or
sense. No, he's Swedish.
Y'all-
He's Swedish.
Y'all
He's
should be
Swedish.
looking at Lucas if y'all want to.
No, he's from Norway.
If y'all want an all around, just very good goal. It's Lucas Chevalier.
Scandinavian, let's
Dude,
put it
yes.
Chevalier at Lille.
You're talking about Chevrolet?
Yes.
Chevrolet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chevrolet.
So
Yeah.
good, bro.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's so
good.
great.
Oh my lord. He should be winning. He should be winning Liga and Goalkeeper of the Year, in my opinion. It's either him or Diao. Donnarumma had a really good year, to be fair.
What year? What team does he play for, Steve?
Lille.
Chevalier? Oh, Lille.
Yeah. Lille.
He's sick, man. Makes unbelievable. He's got great placement of shots. Like if he's diving down, he'll tip it over the bar so it doesn't go offer easy rebounds. He's like a big presence, very calm on the ball. Like bro, he's a very.
Weren't we linked with Bolka not too long ago?
Yes. Yeah. We had slight links.
Bulka. Yeah, my fellow Pole. He's very good as well. And on the ball, he's pretty damn good as well. But yeah, penalty specialist as well.
Two main links are Mamadashvili and that Forsenberg. Is that his name? Forsenberg?
Yeah.
Jorgensen and Villarreal. Yeah. Again, I'd say Jorgensen. I think he should probably stay another year. at Villarreal. I liked what I saw from him this year. He faced a lot of shots at Villarreal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that guy's defense that he had in front of him was so bad.
Yes,
I was about to say.
I think he had the most saves in the league, and Villarreal had the 6th most goals conceded or something.
They were shocking defensively for the whole year.
They were really bad defensively all year, bro.
But
like, really, really bad.
No, but yeah, Jorgensen for me. Yeah, again, if y'all get him, good signing, very good signing. But like, if I were advised, it's same thing with Sesko. I'd say just stay another year via Real probably.
Yeah, but Steve,
but if you get him, go for
Steve,
it.
Steve, at this point though, bro, there's like all these players that we keep on saying. Like me and you probably are both on the same page with a lot of these guys that we could be bringing up. Like, a lot of these guys, we pretty much could say the same thing. You probably need another year to develop. Like it's
we're
feels like that's our strategy. Buy players who just need enough.
It's a dumbass strategy because we already have so many of those guys in the squad already. This is the issue I've had. Going and getting another guy who's like with the goalkeeper. This guy could be good. He's 22. He's younger than Petrovic.
Yeah.
He's younger than Petrovic as well. So you've got two goalkeepers in the same age bracket. You've then got a goalkeeper who's like 3 or 4 years younger who you need to develop as well. Like, where the fuck are you? Like,
y'all have a lot of
goals to plan
in general on the books.
Oh, you know,
we've bought like 3 in the last 2 years.
So you have.
I was going to say we currently have 5 on the books, and we're looking at getting a 6th.
You have the American on loan, Slanina.
The 5 we've got
you
on
have
the
another
book.
one.
Yeah, we got Bettinelli.
Yeah, Bettinelli, and then I think there's another one.
Yeah, so we've got 5 on the books currently, and we're looking to get in another one. So we got Bettinelli, Kepa, technically speaking,
Sanchez,
Slonina, Sanchez, and Petrovic, and we're looking to buy another one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's not even a proven one. That's the annoying thing.
That's my issue, and that's where it's the same argument.
Who's proven now, though? Who's proven?
Diogo Costa's won the Portuguese. I was going
to say for goalkeeper, it's not even proven. It's better than that. Like, go and get me Costa. Go and get me Kerbal. Go and get me that type of goalkeeper.
Gregor Kobel. Yes.
Yeah, like go and get me that kind of guy. Then I know, okay,
he's phenomenal.
Because, like, with these guys, I'm like, okay, they're a clear improvement. And Ortega, for example,
had so many bozo moments this year, though. Like so.
But the thing is,
like a lot of bozo.
Joey, what I would say though is that Kobel.
I like Kobel, but he had a ton of them.
Kobel was #1 put into a lot of those bozo moments because in the Bundesliga, defensively, Dortmund were horrific.
Oh, they are
horrific. So, but I agree, he did make some big mistakes, but he also saved Dortmund way more times than he made errors. Way.
I would have to disagree with you on one part of it. In the Champions League, he was amazing. In the league, he was par.
Hit or miss at times.
He was par. I'll give him par. I'll give him right down the middle, like average. Like he was par throughout the league. Like Champions League, he's been awesome.
Champions League, he's been flawless.
Regardless of that, though, like
in the tournament.
My point still stands in terms of the fact that if I'm getting one of these guys, I know for a fact that they are better than what we have. I don't know that Jorgensen is better than what we have. I don't know that he's better than what we have. Like, I have no idea if he's better than what we've had. And it's the same with this striker situation. I know Osimhen, if we're getting Osimhen, I know for a fact he's better than what we have. Like, he's better than Jackson. I like Jackson, but he's better. I know that Sesko is better than Jackson. He's had basically the same career path in terms of this season.
The one thing I'm not going to do, though, Scott,
I'm
not going to do is question the scouting ability of these guys because they've shown me, at least throughout the players that they have, like the players that they've been looking, the players that they have currently, for the most part, they've really hit. So it's like, I'm not about to truly question it until I see it. You know what I mean, Scott? Like, I get where you're coming from, bro. I totally do. But I'm not about to question, like, a goalkeeper signing, especially because goalkeepers are just like we've seen it with Mendy. 1 year he could be the best keeper in the world, and the next year, who the fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? But Victor, I totally agree with you, right? Like with Victor, I feel like we should be going for that more known quality. But once again, like I'm not going to.
There's a Sanchez. Like, that just looks so pointless.
Yeah, well, Sanchez wasn't scouting.
Oh yeah, straight off the recommendation of Ben Roberts.
We just didn't scout. We just didn't scout one. Like Petrovic was scouting. he had a pretty good.
He's not too bad. Yeah, he's better than Sanchez at least.
He's
the best goalkeeper in your books right now, Petrovic.
Yeah, for sure.
Kepa is a more esteemed whatever, but like we know, we know
Kepa will be gone, bro. There'll be a team. There'll be a team in Spain for $5 million out, £5 million.
We'll do Ziyech loan into permanent with a year left.
Yeah, $5 million with the obligation to buy. Just get
someone in Spain needs a goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Someone.
Like, send him to Villarreal. If we're getting this Jorgens, send him to Villarreal and replace.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
because Joe, this is my thing, right? If we get Sesko, I agree with your point that we scouted pretty well, right? And that's why I believe in it a little bit. But here's the thing: if we don't get the results of top 4, then I want everyone out, like you've been saying. So if he bangs and we get top 4, I can't say anything because they once again scouted well.
That's on the management, though, right? That's on the management to get him to go to the levels that he needs to get to.
Yes, but then that's also on the higher
strikers,
up. Right?
Though, with strikers like goalkeepers, it comes with confidence, right? Because in the end, it's all confidence. That's both of those positions are as erratic as any position in all of sports because it's all based off of confidence.
You don't get much credit. You don't get much credit as a goalkeeper. You don't get much credit for doing your job.
No.
Outside of a few exceptions, but you get so much criticism and so much scrutiny if you make one mistake. One. Even if it's a friendly, even if it's a game where you're up 4-0 or whatever, and you make you're gonna get smoked for that's a goal.
And not for nothing, whoever we buy. It could be Diego Costa. The way that this Enzo Maresca plays, he's putting our goalkeeper in positions where it potentially could be extremely risky.
And you will,
regardless on who we get. It's like regardless on who we get.
Because that's the way Enzo Maresca plays. By consequence, there will be a mistake every once in a while.
Yep, for
that's
sure.
Just natural.
You should expect it. You just have to expect it because of the way that he plays. You have to expect
it's all about risk and reward. Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, Chloe saying we should keep Kepa. I'm sorry, what are we doing? Gallagher prop and now Kepa.
No,
Chloe, we can do better than
normal CP.
That's just
normal Chloe prop.
That's just normal, bro. You're just getting used
Don't mind
to
her.
No, I'm used to Gallagher prop, but I didn't expect the Kepa prop.
No.
I'm used to Gallagher.
See, it was before the Gallagher prop, it was Kepa. Like, you just have to be here.
That was the OG.
Bro, we were there 2 weeks ago, man. I understand. Just hang tight. Stick
Sappy, what gaslighting?
Ten Hag, he's turned the corner.
You should have saw his stream yesterday. He was going crazy on his stream yesterday.
It's like, well, we had 5-game run, injuries.
Yeah.
Scott, you should see Said's team. There's a guy named Marcel who was making all the excuses in the
world.
Bro,
I watch Said's stream all the time. Bro, Marcel is a politician, my man. He needs to get into politics.
Yeah, he could run
the emergency streams are the best, though.
Yeah,
those streams are hilarious.
But yeah, Staffy, just stick to your beliefs, man. Stay consistent, even if your fan base isn't, bro. Trust me, we've been there. I have suffered on the hands of these potchinners for the last month.
Staffy, don't. The only guy that you could get that would actually, at this current moment that you're linked with, that would actually be like suffice would be Tuchel, and I just don't think that's gonna happen. And the other guy's like Pochettino. The other guy's Pochettino. I don't know De Zerbi, bro. I think De Zerbi might be without a job this year.
No, there's no chance. There's no chance he goes without a job.
I'm being serious.
He'll go.
He'll wait for the right opportunity is what he'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will.
Bro, De Zerbi will be managing start at 24, 25.
Who's like with the Bologna job then, since Motta's going?
Sarri was for a little bit. Maurizio Sarri was.
You think De Zerbi might be in with a shot?
Yeah, Sarri's
up there.
Well, they have Europe, right? They have European competition, so why not?
Champs?
Yeah.
I can't lie. I feel like that job. I actually don't know if that's that much of a step up, because I feel like that's a classic case of the manager getting more out of that squad, like over exceeding with that squad, for lack of a better term. Like I feel like that's one where they'll struggle this season, especially if they end up if they lose like
they did scout really well. They lose him. They did scout really well.
If they lose some of their, I think if they lose some of their team.
They scouted really well, though, Scott. Like, I mean, if they have the right manager, I don't know if they'll be as successful as Mota was, because I do think Mota's a top class guy.
Yeah.
Like top. He'll be at the top of the class eventually. Like, we'll be all looking at him like this guy's one of the best in the world, I think, eventually. But the one thing that I've noticed with that team is, like, especially when I've played them, the structure is just very defined. So if they get a manager that fits the same kind of structure, like with the type of players, like, especially if they keep Xerxes, like that's the big thing that in my mind. It's like if they keep Xerxes, because he just creates so much. He's the one, like he's like the center. He was like the centerfold of it all, just like kind of distributing the ball, especially in the attacking areas. It's like can you just recreate that, like what they had last year at like a little bit lower of a level? I don't think they'll have as successful, but I do think that that's a team that's probably going to stay in the top 8 in Italy.
Yeah, easy.
I don't see them going under top 8.
Vincenzo Italiano
from Fiorentina.
That's a real surname. Mad.
Yeah. Fiorentina's manager.
Fiorentina's coach.
Mad. All right, fair play. All right, best of luck.
Bad man names, isn't it?
Too,
bad boy names. The Italians got rude boy. Yeah, imagine that on my CV. Vincenzo Italiano.
He's Italian and his surname's Italiano.
He's the most Italian. He's the most Italian motherfucker in the world right now.
The most Italian.
I gotta look him up now.
And he's competing with a guy named Roberto De Zerbi. How much more Italian can you get than that name? Vincenzo Italiano. That's the final boss, bro.
I prefer Lucky Luciano, bro. That name.
Short-sighted. I think that's Maresca.
Enzo Maresca. That's super fucking Italian.
Yeah, I would have thought that's Enzo Maresca. If you told me that was Enzo Maresca, I would believe you.
Or if he was like his brother or something.
I would, son. I would believe you.
Nah, you know what?
Of course he's wearing Kappa, man. All Italians got a Kappa jacket somewhere.
The Kappa, huh?
Yeah, the Kappa jackets.
Aki, you know. Shout out Prime.
Jeez.
Big up Prime.
The fact that Kappa's still has enough money to like support these clubs is crazy, and they haven't lost like opportunities to like
Kappa's
Nike and stuff. Kappa and Umbro are still around, son.
Heritage.
What's up, Prime?
Umbra's the best.
Prime, you got headphones you upgraded. I don't know if you can hear us.
No, he's getting used to everything. No, we can't hear you, bro.
Great stuff.
Hear me now? No?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. What are you saying, bro?
Oh, cool. What are we talking about?
Bullshit.
We were talking about Vincenzo Italiano
and strikers for Chelsea.
Yeah, Sesko's now our #1 target, and we're not looking at Osimhen. So sorry.
I've just seen that Sky Italy guy right now on my feed. Yeah, Sky Sports News say he expects Arsenal to make a move for either him or Osimhen. When did Osimhen become an Arsenal target?
I never. Yeah.
You gotta remember, Osimhen wants the Premier League.
Osimhen's been linked with Arsenal for like basically all season. They won't sign him.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
I was gonna say
they won't
it's
pay the
all
money.
year. It's been at least.
They won't pay the money for him.
Yeah, they're gonna go for Sesko.
Yeah. Yeah, think about it. Like,
and then
you're talking about a price. Literally half.
What?
We're talking literally half, regardless. You're talking 75 million-ish.
Probably like half an hour.
You are like 6?
Yeah, like around 6:15-ish. So I gotta head out after.
Prime, just wake up.
No, I've been awake for a while. Because I wanna. Are you gonna redirect to someone, or can you redirect to me? Because I want to go live. Like. So.
Yeah, go for it. Let me know when your thing's set up. and I'll sort that. I haven't picked anyone to redirect to, so that's calm.
I want to do like end of player ratings.
Oh, nice.
Sure. Nice. Yeah, no worries, brother. Let me know when the stream's set up and I'll sort that. Light work. But yeah, no Osimhen. It's Sesko. It's Elise. Big up, Ibs. Take care, brother.
Big up.
Hutchinson. Big up, brother. Big up. Hutchinson could be going on a permanent transfer.
How much are you going to get for him?
20.
Ipswich are looking at him. There's competition from Stuttgart. I'd assume Ajax and Feyenoord want him as well.
Someone said Reece James a 1. Wow.
Fuck's sake. Shout out Maldini. But yeah, they're saying the deal could total up to 20 million. Although I'd still rather loan him. You could get double that if he has a good Prem season. You've re-signed him, so fuck it, keep him. What's the point of re-signing? Actually, no, it would be to get more profit.
Yeah.
Then you could get more than 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also risking him getting injured or something like that too. So you either just take. I mean, honestly, you just sell him. I'm honestly, if you just sell away what you want to sell away, bro. Like I don't like even Chalaba. As much as I like the guy, like just sell away what the fuck you want to sell away, bro. Like I'm just tired of this. Everyone complaining about everything.
Lawrence, big up.
I'd rather keep Chalaba as a backup.
Prime. I thought you didn't like
about everything. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of everybody complaining about everything, Prime. Like everybody's complaining about.
Yeah, I'm with you, Joey, on that part.
If for me, I got what I wanted, which was Poch leaving. So
Joey,
I'm
unfortunately, that's the Chelsea
fan base. Now just fine.
But yeah, Steve, to answer your question, like I don't rate him highly, but as a squad player, like I'd rather keep him than waste money to sign Tosin.
Really?
I know, but I'd still rather just keep what we have than get Tosin. Like it's not really an upgrade. So why just keep him?
Why would you do it? Because if you're gonna replace squad players and you're gonna get a profit from it, you might as well get the profit from it. Because it's just squad players.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're complaining about selling players.
See what I mean, bro? I didn't even have to engage him that much, and he complained about somebody else. Like I didn't even have to complain. Literally, I didn't bring the Satsi.
Hey, Lawrence, what you're about?
I just said we complain too much.
You got the logins.
You just continue to complain.
Joey, I wasn't complaining. Joey, I wasn't complaining, by the way.
It's about not you, Prime.
Again, I don't care about Chalaba, so if we sell him, that's cool. I know it'll make Daniel cry, which is great. But really, I'm all about making Chelsea fans cry. Yeah, sell the problem, lads.
Oh yeah, I forgot what I'm talking to.
Honestly, I'm just so tired of people complaining about it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I don't get is where. One sec. Here's the thing. Part I don't get. We're saying, another player undervalued that we're selling. We haven't sold him, boys. We haven't sold any of these guys for these prices. Yeah. You know who we sold though for good prices? Mount with 1 year left for 55 million. Kai Havertz for 60 million. These are people we sold. These reports, I will believe them once the deal is fucking done.
We did get our money back. That was
exactly. So when we're complaining about 25 million for Chalaba, I'll believe it when I see it, because this is the same management in January who valued Broja at 50 million pounds. Apparently, if we're also believing reports, that's also drastically overvalued. That's also drastically overvalued. So if we're gonna count every single report in the world,
they ended up getting 5 million for him for just the year that he spent on the bench.
Exactly. So I will
That's good business. 50 million for Broja, you're taxed. I'm sorry, you're taxed.
Yeah, but that's
what I'm just saying, bro. We complain about everything, though, bro. We complain about everything. It's just everything is like. It's just it just take it for what it is and move on. Like instead of sitting there and complaining about every single thing.
The only thing you can genuinely be outright annoyed about is manager ID. The manager ID fucking sucks. But Maresca, even then, we haven't got the jury's still out on him. Yeah, everything else has set us back 2 years.
People say their manager ID sucks, but like. They have the right idea. But in theory, they have the right idea. It's just, the execution has been poor. But again, they're learning. They're learning from their mistakes.
First time they've done it okay because at least they've identified the style of play that they want. Before they weren't doing it. A bunch of different managers on the list with different styles of play.
Which is why I'll actually give them credit, and I'm not going to be so negative about this. Let's see how this one pans out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In terms of Maresca, I got no negative feelings. I'm just like, show me something. Before that, I don't.
I was negative, but at this point, I'm just like I was negative for a day and a half, and I just said, all right, let me do some reading on this guy.
I just think Poch could still be here, and then it's like, okay, whatever.
But Joey, you know what?
The culture is like to complain about everything. It's so
Joey,
annoying.
You know what?
I don't understand about why are we complaining about this.
But Joey,
England,
you're an intelligent. No, you're an intelligent human being. Instead of complaining, you did some research on the guy to see what he's about.
Yeah.
Most people won't. Most people will just complain for the sake of complaining, but they won't have any other alternatives. I don't like this thing, so what should we do? I don't like this thing.
But I agree with what Vision said.
I don't either, but I don't have to complain about it every single time. I just look at what's in front of me and what we can do next to actually look like we're better.
Take things for what they are, kind of. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just accept what's done is done.
I was just saying, like, the thing is, I would say you can even not do research and just like be happy, like not be happy, but like wait to see how things play out. Like, I'll be real, like we've been in a worse position in terms of managers and finishing a respectable position. Like, let's be completely honest, Lampard was a worse manager, way worse manager than Maresca is, and we finished top four.
There's absolutely no way that Lampard's a better manager than Maresca. There's no way.
He's not. Like Lampard in terms of actual ability, in terms of managerial ability, might be the worst manager we've ever had. In whether you want to say experience, whether you want to say whatever, he might be the worst manager we've ever had in terms of actual managerial ability. We still finished fourth and got to a cup final.
I'm saying Poch is worse.
Oh yeah. Overall,
adios, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Big up, brother.
Bro, you guys know I hate Frank. Poch is worse for me.
Poch is worse.
Even so, like Lampard was a god awful manager and had no experience. We were his second ever job in the Championship. He did a bang average job. Bro. Just lost Hazard. We had an average squad. I would say in areas, not the whole squad. In areas, our squad currently is better. So like we could still get.
Frank made our defense look like.
Wait, hold on, Lewis. That's an interesting experiment. Pull up on Wikipedia what your squad was in what year? 2020, 21?
Okay.
Bro, it was 1920. Our squad consisted of Kepa, finished Aspie, Rudiger, Zuma, Tomori, Christensen, Emerson, Alonso, Jorginho,
Kovacic. Kepa and Willie in goal. Rudiger, Zuma, Christensen, Tomori is our centre back. Oh yeah, Mark Gay. He was straight from the academy. Yeah. Emerson and Alonso at left back, aka mid and midder.
Been around for a minute.
Ian Matson was there in 1920. Mad.
No, he was.
Aspie and James.
I was
gonna say,
he never played.
James was gone on loan.
James was there that season with Aspie.
Lamptey
had that one appearance off the bench against Arsenal and then folded. Kante was barely fit the whole season. Jorginho, Gilmore, Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek, and Barkley were our midfielders. These lot weren't about. Mason Mount, Cho, Willian, Kennedy weren't about. Pulisic, Pedro, although he was near his decline at that point. Tammy, Batshuayi, Giroud. That was our team.
Batshuayi was sent out. Batshuayi was sent out on loan, no?
Halfway through the season.
Alice or something.
Yeah, that was that was the season. Was that the season he went to Dortmund?
Actually, no, it weren't halfway through the season because he played against United in February and he had a fucking disaster class.
But yeah, and when you look at that squad, Frank for the majority of the season was like not really using our experienced players.
But Sam, that defense was rated as much as our defense was rated now.
Yeah.
No.
I saw people try to get at me for saying, oh, how's he comparing AC Rudiger at that time to Chelsea now? Because they were rated at that level. Because that's what the system
hold on. No. I remember our defense during that time. Like, Frank kept changing our center backs. Like there was Lewis 1920 was Frank kept chopping and changing our center back pairing all the time. Restarted off the season injured. Funny enough, like it was.
You're point that out, but all right.
Who starts from the team in that one? Palmer, Jackson, current Reece James. The defense is a straight shootout.
Petrovic starts.
That was
the start of the Kepa disaster class. I can't even
Cucurella starts.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but Scott, here's the thing, Scott.
Who else?
It wasn't just like
hell. The midfield's got two injury.
It wasn't even just Kepa. Our whole defense is.
I'm not saying it was just Kepa, but I'm saying that season was the start.
I know. It was the start of Kepa, but because like my argument that season was like everyone can blame Kepa, but our defensive structure absolutely stinks. Because the year before,
we literally named about 5-6. What is this gaslighting?
Yeah, with the year before, with the majority of those defenders, we had the third best defense in the league. Like everyone kept blaming Kepa, but no one would criticize Frank's high line and defensive structure and how it's done. Like that was my thing. But you have people like Daniel in the chat say I'm a Kepa stan, even though I was able to look at things objectively instead of using my feelings like him. That's cool. No one wanted to blame their legend, Fat Frank, but whatever.
But yeah, that team was inexperienced as hell and managed to get 4.
That's what I'm saying, and that's with a manager who was in the championship, did a shit, not a shit job, but did an average job. He took a team from 6th to 6th, and that was his first ever job. And it's that's what we have with Lampard. So it's
yeah.
And I've said this before. All Maresca has to do is get top 4 and win whatever European trophy we're in. Of the 2 we could be in, fuck knows what's going on with that at the moment. And that's a good season. That's a quality season.
And by the way, it shouldn't be that hard to do because
quality midfield if it stayed fit.
Because last season we all kept saying,
3 games.
If we had a better manager than Poch, we'd get top 4. So that logic should still stand now. We'll have a better squad by the time the season starts because we'll have an actual striker. We'll probably have a left back. We'll have a center back. We'll have a better squad. So by that logic, we should be able to get top 4, or at least minimum compete for top 4, which we did not do this season.
Yeah.
People will complain.
Be competitive and perform well more often than not.
I don't get you guys. You guys will rate players that are falling in the championship, but you won't rate a manager that's falling in the championship. I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is weird.
You know what? Yeah, that's a very good point.
Bro, that Reece James joke was so funny.
Dude, you're such a fraud.
I said he's injured again. That was so funny.
Right, bro.
Bro, he has not had a season injury-free at Chelsea, man.
No.
That's crazy. But what else is there? Lukaku potentially to Fenerbahce, although I don't believe they've got the resources.
Getting fucking gone. I could care less, man.
And we've got a championship battle for Gilchrist.
Guys.
Did I not tell you? Prime is there.
Did I not tell
you? By the way, can I just say, Prime, before you go?
No. I told you guys he'll get a loan move to Millwall, and he's getting linked to Millwall.
That's literally what I was about to say. Isn't it perfect? Isn't it just perfect that one of the teams in from is Millwall? Has there ever been more of a
more synergy?
Has there ever been more
synergy?
Player that, has there ever been a player that suits the club they might be going to?
Your fans should be protesting if fucking.
Don't give him ideas, Steve.
Your fans should be protesting if he doesn't get loaned to Millwall.
I never fucking miss people. Millwall.
Character development at the den.
It's Millwall, Preston, Blackburn, and Leeds all interested in Gilchrist.
I think that's all Swansea as well.
Wait. Blackburn?
Yeah, that was
there. He's not going to Blackburn.
Bro, but Blackburn are a fucking. I'll be so honest, they're a fucking mess of a club.
Blackburn. He's not going there.
Oh my God! Stop it, Prime. Stop.
He's going Millwall.
Well, if you know that region, there's nothing Blackburn about it.
Fucking God.
He's going Millwall, man.
That place is next to Burnley, bruv.
Millwall, Blackburn, Preston, Leeds. He ain't playing at Leeds.
Too good.
I said Leeds. He ain't playing at Leeds. Blackburn, Swansea, Millwall, and Preston. Fuck me.
Okay, that's the elite of the elite, man. That's the elite of the elite we're talking about.
Sure, I could be wrong. I will need to check. I'm sure all of them are bottom half of the table.
Are they?
Let me check.
Hey, I was trolling when I said he's going to Millwall.
You weren't trolling.
Apparently, I was trolling, man. But I'm not.
So I was right. Outside of Preston,
You're right.
Outside of Preston, every single one of those teams are bottom half the table.
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right.
Bro,
I can't believe it.
This guy isn't rated, man. When are people going to understand? Me and Prime have been spitting this from early. This guy reads.
Also, giving him another year,
Prime, it's only a few minutes.
Prime, did you start your stream, by the way?
No. Well, if you're I can leave and just go live.
No, like if you set it up, just set up and I'll have the redirects ready
for it to be like scheduled.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I'm gonna stream off my PS4. So.
Yeah, but like you need to preset it so I can send everyone there.
Do I? Okay, I'll do that then.
Yes.
Yeah. You're on mute as well, Steve.
Yeah, your stream has to be like set up because then Lewis searches in the redirect thing like for the You go. Like,
so Gaming for Life, is it Chelsea insiders that believe this, or Arsenal insiders, or who are these?
100 million. If we can't afford Osimhen, bro, how are we getting Isak?
Is that the reason? What is the reason we're not going for Osimhen? By the way, reportedly,
apparently the overall package is just too much in terms of in terms of agent fees, in terms of salary, other fees.
We're doing it again. I've been here before. I'm getting a sense of deja vu, and I don't like it.
That's what that's why I said like a few months ago, I was like, yeah, y'all could go for Osimhen, but it's like you clearly have like a wage structure that you're following pretty outside of when you first made the Sterling signing, Koulibaly.
No, we broke it for some people, and I thought Osimhen would be one of those. Like we broke it for Enzo, we broke it for
Nkunku.
Yeah.
And also for fucking Chilwell. Because why? But yeah,
I'll be real. That's just reminded me of the whole thing with Lukaku and Haaland. Like that was one of the biggest arguments around that whole time was the overall package and everything. And I was on the other side of that, and fuck, I regret it massively. And it just reminds me of that, where it's like we're gonna go with the lesser guy, the lesser player, because he's cheaper and it works better.
Anti-Haaland campaign over Lukaku and
fuck. Oh,
mate, that was a rough summer.
I still couldn't believe it. You guys were saying, "Oh my god, he has better link-up play." I'm like, okay, boys.
Oh, fuck off!
He was really good at Inter, but he sold a fucking team, bro.
I remember hearing that from this
man came in, started talking about how he was back home and everything. He's after 4 months saying, "I want to go back. Fucking dickhead. Ruined it, basically everything, bro. We are here in 2024 still looking for a fucking striker because of this bum.
What's a piece of shit?
Fuck's sake.
Lewis, did you see this phrase? What Fraser put? This makes sense.
What about Elise?
No. Apparently, Abramovich is going to buy Fernandez because he lives in Istanbul. He's trying to help Chelsea again, man. Proper Chelsea, man. My guy trying to buy Lukaku.
I don't know if he can buy
Chelsea. Let's go.
In Europe,
he could buy shares in it, but like, it's
I don't know if he can. Yeah, he can buy it.
No, he can because Turkey hasn't sanctioned anyone.
Yeah,
from
they haven't sanctioned Russia, so he'd be fine.
Yeah,
there.
it's only been.
Turkey and Russia are cool with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're fine. You can do it.
Wanted to.
Yeah, they're not in the EU.
I don't think it's to do with. Actually, no, it might be. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what the Vitesse thing was about, but maybe that was to do with Russia.
This is the guy who owned Vitesse taking payments from Abramovich, right? Like, essentially, Abramovich was funding the club through that guy.
Bro, that club is a mess. Like, that club's fucked.
Yeah, that's why they got relegated and 80 points. They're well and truly screwed.
Well, regardless, it looks like Osimhen ain't going to be the guy. We're going for the cheaper option in Sesko.
I'll be completely honest. If we get Sesko, then my expectations are the exact same in terms of like, I expect you to outperform what Jackson did last season. Like, I expect 20 goals. That's what I expect in Sesko next season.
Yeah.
Premier League or all comps?
No, Premier League.
Premier League, yeah.
Y'all, but like I said,
so you'd expect him to be the starting number 9 then?
Yeah, because otherwise, what the fuck did we buy him for? That's why I'm pissed, because it seems like we're getting a number 1 in because we need to get better than Jackson, apparently.
Right. So you want
better than Jackson? Yeah, Jackson got me 14 goals and easily could have got to 20 if he was just a bit more clinical. So cool. I expect 20 goals minimum in next season from what's his face in the league.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why did you get him? Like, why did we spend the money?
Right.
Hear it. All eyes on the
He's
directors.
good on set pieces, by the way. Like, this Sesko is good in set pieces.
Cool,
I mean, we'll be looking for Tosin and Sesko. I mean, probably the links are because we've got a better, like, system now that with the set pieces. So that's why we're looking for big guys like Sesko and Tosin, even though, I mean, Sesko, I think, is a bit too early for him right now because he's just too young right now. His good thing is he has a very good instinct, right? He's like Holland, and then the other guy, Savić. But the problem is he's just too young for. And if you're looking to win Premier League or being top 4, Osimhen just comes to your mind. Sesko doesn't. And right now, Red Bull are like with Leeds United. They bought some shares, so probably Sesko. It would be a good option for Sesko to be moving to something like Leeds United or probably Crystal Palace. So
to get into the Premier League and all that.
I don't see Sesko. I mean, Arsenal probably. If he goes to Arsenal, he's probably going to be a second fiddle to Havertz, probably.
Said he's live.
Why am I fucking using a VPN?
What?
A VPN.
You couldn't hear that. Your mic's bugging a little bit.
A VPN.
Yeah. I would be waiting for a bit, 1 month or 2 months before we start going in transfers because League One, everyone's going to run from Paris. Right. So they're going to do their own channels. So they have 80 million to pay to Mbappe. They haven't got the broadcasting rights. So the French league everybody would be coming to a Premier League or a Spanish La Liga or German Bundesliga. So I'll wait for, 1 month because I would like to have players from Paris Saint-Germain though.
Who?
And then Inter Milan is done also. I would like to have players from Inter Milan like Marcus Thuram because their owner hasn't paid them. And then the owner, they have switched to American, I think, ownership. And they haven't paid to their players. So someone from Inter Milan or PSG.
Inter Milan today, by the way, it's been reported they just got Lautaro locked down on a contract. So I don't think they're struggling too tough. With their old owners, yeah, but they got Oak Tree and they're worth fucking loads of money. Loads. Oak Tree, they're fine.
Yep.
Inter Milan are completely fine.
So they're not going to sell Bastoni anytime soon, yeah?
Probably not.
Yeah.
If I had to take a guess.
Yeah, you have Sesko. Sesko's going to play second to Nick Jackson because Jackson is clearly better than Sesko when it comes to overall play.
Then why are we spending 60 million on him? Would be my argument.
There you go.
I know. That's why devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, Sesko's a bit too early for Sesko.
That's where
I said.
That's where my issue with this window is coming. It's not necessarily from because I've never complained about their talent ID. It's not the talent ID that's the issue. Again, it's a case of like it's a case of planning in a sense of like, this guy might be talented, but we're buying a guy who's in the same age profile as the other striker we've just spent money on, and you're spending nearly double the amount on him, and he might be second fiddle. So what's the plan here? Is he going to be number one?
And Leipzig are planning to give him a new contract.
Yeah.
Leipzig want him to sign a new contract. So I think Sesko probably might not be the right choice for us at this moment.
That's what, yeah. But like,
I mean, you can have it, for example, when we are, because he has goals in him. He has a good instinct. For example, he's a proper striker. Like, if he played against Salzburg versus Chelsea, right? He played against us. He was giving a lot of, problem to Cucurella, and then, Okafor score. So he's a good player. He's technically very tall, very good in set pieces. So when, for example, if Nkunku or Nick Jackson probably are not like playing or injured, then Sesko would be a really good option. Because if you look at Enzo Maresca, right, he prefers tall players, and then he also prefers to keep the ball possession in the midfield, and in a sudden just make a ball in attack, right? So at that, I can understand that concept might be the reason we might be interested in Sesko, because he's very good with the instincts. So he probably would get the ball quickly and pull. He'll get us the difficult goals.
What's the difficult goals?
Jackson and Nkunku will get us a lot of goals, and Sesko might get us the difficult goals.
Just goes like a natural striker you'd expect to score, which, as we kind of suspect, Jackson isn't a natural striker. So like he's kind of alluding to Sesko being a more natural finisher than Jackson is.
Oh, Sesko's quality, by the way. I mean, obviously, Osimhen is number one. Like, nobody touches Osimhen. And then when you talk about other players, you're talking about Holland and your Vlahovic, your Seskos, and the other guy from what was it, Sporting Lisbon, the Swedish guy, Gyökeres, something like that. Yeah. But Sesko, I mean, if 60 million is a bit too much, if it's 40 or 30 or 40 million, then I would probably be interested. Like, we would be interested because we need that player who has a typical. I wouldn't like to compare him with anybody because he had a very bad reputation. I think he's more of a Morata. People say he's not a clinical striker, right? Morata at Chelsea, but Sesko plays like Morata.
I don't know about that, but like.
He has that sort of attributes, but anyways, we have very bad reputation. Like Morata at Chelsea.
Way quicker.
Yeah. He has good instinct.
He has it. That I agree with you. Morata has, you know what it is? Morata always, wherever he plays, country, club, wherever, like he does have good instincts. He gets himself in the right position, like constantly.
No composure.
His has always just been finishing.
And mentality.
Always. Yeah, always. Like he is in terms of backup striker, boss. That's what not the main man though. With Sesko, it's like I could see him being the man, but I agree with you, Klaser. I think he should stay at Leipzig next season because I think they could contend for a title, bro. Not gonna lie.
I don't know about that.
There's tons of talent in that Leipzig squad. Tons. And they got a manager. I like Marco Rosa a lot. They could contend for a title. They could.
Leverkusen and Stuttgart, yeah.
I'll be real. If all we're looking at is a potential squad option backup, I'd rather just.
I'm gonna head. I'm live now, so I'm gonna head people.
Everyone sub to Prime Twitch is gonna redirect this only on Twitch.
Yeah, I would appreciate it if anyone wants to come through. But yeah.
Follow the link, guys. I'm gonna drop it in there again. Big up, Prime. Big up.
Yeah, I'd rather just go and get like a Jurassic for like 12 million, which is his release clause. To be honest, if that's
Guirassy from Stuttgart, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 28, by the way. He's a bit old.
It's 12 mil.
Good. Yeah, good. Like I want someone that's older, so it's not. Yes, you don't have two strikers in the same age bracket. That's dumb.
I was thinking if you're not getting Osimhen, right, then why should we even get someone? I mean, if you're looking to sign Sesko, if you're like, oh, you really want to sign Sesko because he's a future prospect, what about the likes of Watkins and the current people? What about that guy? What about Ivan Toney?
You like Solanke?
What about Watkins? Why are not we going on?
I mean, Watkins is going to cost more than 60. We know that.
I mean, it's their time. For me, Sesko is a bit too early.
Plus, he ain't going to leave Aston Villa.
You then have got Boniface, you've got Patrick Sheik, you've done got Adley. So I don't know, Sesko is a bit too much. I think Sesko should go to Palace or Leeds United if he really cares about himself.
Interesting choices.
Nah, just stay.
Yeah, Jem, that is big up, Jem. Shout out, bro. What the fuck?
What do you think of John?
And then you've got players from PSG.
Like Gonzalo Ramos.
Ramos is a good poacher.
Yeah, he's probably still not the profile we're looking for. Well, manager wants.
Yeah, that's all mad.
All right. Any other news? I'm probably gonna go. Yeah.
No, that's all the topics for today, I think. Yeah, Broya's going Monaco. No one cares. Enzo and the whole fucking Olympic situation should be sorted by the weekend. I hope it doesn't make it difficult.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, do not send him to the Olympics.
I agree. Do your duties in the Copa America.
It depends on the club. It depends on the club.
Yeah, it depends on the club. I should be saying no.
And the club should be saying no. Like, absolutely not.
So I get you want to rep your country, but
because he really wants to
every week. So
I don't care if he wants to.
Think about their assets, right?
Like, respectfully, I don't give a fuck. Like,
like we got season.
No. They're proper. Listen. If you can't do that to Enzo, if Enzo wants to play in Olympics, he's gonna play in Olympics. Because he's a national, he's South American. They really care for their country.
They love their country.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to play in the Olympics. They can have.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
He doesn't have to play in the Olympics. At the end of the day, it's down to Mascherano. Because like they can only take 3 over 23-year-olds, I want to say.
Yeah.
Over
your country needs him. The country needs Enzo.
Take McAllister. You'll be all right.
I'll be like. They've got plenty of talent in that.
23, Michael?
He's 20.
No, but you can take 3 over 23s.
Yeah.
Just
take McAllister. You're good. You're good.
And I'll be real. It depends. If he's not going to go Copa America, then that's the Olympics. I don't want him to do both. And it's more likely he's going to go Copa America and play in Copa America than he is going to play in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Now, if you win a trophy there, look, your country's happy.
Who cares about Olympics? Jamie is saying, who cares about Olympics? The world, listen, everybody watches Olympics.
Not really much to watch in the summer.
Everyone, like Super Bowl, like Olympics and football, everyone watches it.
It is true, but it's not as high. The Olympics.
He can. Enzo can go. I mean, if he wants to go, he can go. Then he has Copa.
No, that's fine.
This is a problem. This is a problem I don't understand. Right? Look at Modric and look at Enzo. Signing players like that, and then you're signing Kendry Pires. Then you're signing Stav. These players love the weather. They love their country. When they come to England, we are not at school. They become bipolar. Right now, Enzo and Mudryk are bipolar, right? They misses the country, they misses the weather, and it's just too difficult. And then we are bringing a lot of other players from 16, 17. We are not a school. We are not a school. Weather is not good, and like English, you need to speak English, and then
they turn back.
If you bring someone from Endrick, last night I saw Endrick was crying. Perez must be like, why are you crying? You're coming to Madrid. When Jude Bellingham left Dortmund, he was smiling. Endrick is crying because he's gonna miss his home. Obviously, they are South American. The weather is good. The food is good. He's gonna miss everything. But then you're like, okay, these guys are too young to come to England. We have Cobham. People are born in these countries and they know English and they're good with each other. How are we gonna have Kendry Paez, Gustavo Santos, Angelo, and then Enzo's Mudryk? When I see Mudryk, I feel like sorry for him. He came from war-torn country. He has no friends and he does random posts on Instagram. Maybe he has a talent. Maybe he's a bit bipolar. Maybe he is Ballon d'Or. Maybe Enzo is Ballon d'Or. Maybe they are suffering from the weather or England.
Facts.
I mean, I saw Mudryk. I saw Mudryk Instagram. The type of shit he does, nobody does it. So you're like, he might have something in him.
You're onto something, Klaus. I see the vision, man.
The weather. Listen, the weather. Yeah. I would prefer to sign more players who are.
Get up some of the pictures or something.
Yeah.
Get them used
You signed Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva was 34, 35 years old. He knew everything.
Apparently, South Americans turn bipolar when they come to England.
It rains in Argentina, right? You know it rains in Argentina quite a lot. You know that, right? And you talk about weather with Mudryk. He's born in Ukraine.
Yeah, but in Argentina, the tax man doesn't send you post letters every single day. Or you have to pay this tax. You have to pay this tax. Or you do this. Or your driving license is gonna get cancelled because you were speeding. They don't like it. England is too much official work. England and Europe too much official work, bro. Like these guys are not used to that.
You know where you are.
Too many paperwork, bro.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about the tax man in Argentina.
He's gonna.
You gotta follow with Klasrif, man.
Reasons to not sign in England.
You gotta roll with the punches like Mike Tyson.
You know he pays his taxes in England because he gets paid in England.
You park your car this side, you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
What are you talking about?
What the, did you forget your meds or something today? Did you forget your meds? What is this?
Klasrif dropping knowledge.
I'm just saying it's just too much for these kids, bro.
They get paid enough. They get paid enough.
Misunderstood genius. Klasrif, you're misunderstood. You're misunderstood.
Robinho, when Robinho signed for Manchester, he thought he signed for Manchester United.
I mean, that's an easy mistake.
He did.
How's that relevant? I'm trying to understand the relevance of this conversation.
How do we go from How do we go from
South American players from England and get
You're a misunderstood genius.
We went from the Olympics to weather the tax man to Robinho to some guy talking about bipolar, and that's the guy talking about all those subjects at the same time as well. This is mental.
I don't want these kids to suffer.
Klasrif is making good runs. Klasrif is making good runs, and he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see the vision.
No, Steve, sharp. Stop.
No,
Steve.
No.
I see
I'm sorry, no.
How did we go from talking about Enzo being in the Olympics to talking about Robinho signing for Manchester City?
That's a great question.
Like,
that's why
Klasrif talking about the weather.
But yeah, going back to the points, going back to the original point, which was about 20 minutes ago at this rate. Yeah, if Enzo wants to go to the Olympics and the Copa America, that's fine. I don't want to hear him complain at all next season about getting injured and about having to take injections. None of that bullshit. You get injured, that's on you. Sorry.
I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it. No more BS. No more BS because you're
no more complaining about taking injections and not playing at your
end of the day, it's a whole team. Like you suffer together, you win together. I'm not gonna be blaming Enzo if we're gonna lose games. So it's about a team. So if a player wants to represent their country and he's from South America, he misses all that kind of like, you know, level of passion, blah blah blah. Then we're fine. We're not a one-man team. We shouldn't be a one-man team. If you're looking, listen, if we want to fit Enzo to us, then if you want to play Olympics, we can't be making him the most important part just because he's 135 million. End of the day, day, he's a young guy who won the World Cup under Messi, right? And we just need to leave him as he is. I'm not looking to make him an important part of the Chelsea Football Club.
Thank you for missing the point entirely. But carry on.
That's the Olympics are in France. He's just like a train journey over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's more games. I'll be real. It's Andrew. It's more. It's more.
He doesn't miss Argentina. He goes back every international. Yeah, no. Listen.
He shouldn't be going to both. One or the other, I'm fine with. If he wants to go to the Olympics instead of Copa America, absolutely fine. But he can't be doing both. And if he does do both, I don't want to hear. If he gets injured, that's on him. If he plays through injury and plays like shit, that's on him. I will not be defending him. If he complains about having injections, I'll tell him to shut up because that's on him. There will be no defense for him next season if he we've seen this season. We're starting to see this season the effects of Pedri and the amount of games he played like the last couple of years. Yeah. It's starting to catch up with him because that's what happens. It's the same way it started catching up with other players like Mount and Rashford because they played too many games all at once. Same way it caught up to Kante after a while because he played too many games because too many managers relied on him. Same way eventually it's going to happen to Gallagher. He will get injured at some point. It's just a fact he's going to get injured at some point.
But he's going to have a big break between he's finished the season and Copa America starting. You know, that's going to tie into our preseason anyway. So I think he should go there, get fit. You know, he might come back a better player because he's not going to have much of a preseason with us anyway. Sorry, I break up. He's not going to have much preseason with us anyway. He's on Copa America, so
no, but even so, like you can go from Copa America into having preseason with us, where it's like I'd rather he do that rather than you go Copa America straight into not straight into, but like having a small gap, then go into the Olympics and then come back and have to go straight into the team. Like I don't.
Well, if the club say
listen, we are a bigger club than Barcelona. Barcelona let Messi do
No, we're not.
They let Messi do the ball.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We have more. Listen, we are better than Barcelona corruption-wise.
We're not bigger than Barcelona ever. What are you talking about?
They're an institution.
They let Messi do both.
Come on.
What are you talking about? Is this the bipolar thing again? This is ridiculous. Even you know it. You're laughing now, Pascal. You're laughing. Even you know what you've just said is rubbish. You're laughing now. Even you can't do this anymore. That was the most ridiculous statement you've ever made. And you've made some ridiculous statements on this channel. That is
no, he's made more ridiculous statements.
You've ever made.
That's unbelievable. Big up to Diane.
You're better than that.
One sec, guys. Who's tactical, more intelligent between Sesko and Osimhen? Maresca likes the centre forward to drop off in a false nine position at times, but only at the right moments. I know Sesko can do that, but I know his passing isn't that great either. It's something that he's going to have to improve on. In terms of Osimhen, like, I know it's decent as well, but they might actually be on the same level. So who knows? Who knows?
What I would say is Osimhen bullies.
No. Osimhen can do both. Osimhen actually can do tiki-taka. He can do everything. Osimhen can do everything. Sesko is very limited. Like, he has a good, obviously, passing is terrible. Sesko passing is terrible. Everybody knows that, right? But Sesko is a good finisher, but Osimhen is also a good finisher. Osimhen can do everything.
Osimhen, I think, has more. I think.
But then you're looking for. But then you have Jackson and Kunku. I mean, I don't know. You can go for both, but Osimhen is just the next level.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, but guys, I'll be so real. I do have to wrap up this stream anyway. Like, chaos aside, man's got to bounce. But big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to send everyone over to Flawless. We'll be back tomorrow. You see our final watch along. You man already know. And big up everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe. And yeah, up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.